Push the button.
Okay, we're live on the stream.
Yeah.
Hello, stream. There you go.
No one's in the
There you
stream,
go.
but we're live on the stream.
There is just three
How do we
people
already
calling
have
to this, or is that just us three?
Might be us three.
There's five now. It's five, man.
Oh, it's
There is
all-
5 people.
How do I see who the 5 are?
It's kicking off.
We can't unless they're in the chat.
Restream bot, veteran gamers.
Oh yeah, there you go. Duke Scaff, Nick's 21. There is a real person.
Wait,
Yeah.
how do you see who's here?
Just look on the chat, on the little users in chat thing at the top.
Yeah, I clicked on that. It just said, oh, there we go. Okay.
Tainted Brain is in the
Tainted
house.
Brain?
Tainted
What's
Brain.
up? Brain, how you living? Besides tainted.
Tainted Brain.
there's
I don't know
two
why
ways.
I'm doing that. Doesn't work.
There's 2 ways of interpreting that name, you know. Obviously, the fact that, you know, he feels his brain is affected, that it's messed up. But when you hit a ball with your head, you could say the
Yeah.
ball is headed, right? He headed
Yeah,
that ball.
head the ball, yeah.
Right. So if you drag your taint across someone's brain,
Wow.
I'm sure that's not what you meant.
No,
But now
that's
that you-
probably the worst explanation of a name ever.
well, I don't think that's a fair explanation. That's an interpretation of his name, which is a really.
Talking, right? This is just a little factoid for you here.
Are you going to talk for? Let me ask you this.
Factoid.
Wait. Are you going to talk for 30 seconds? I hope.
Possibly.
Okay, I'm going to put some lotion on my hands because they're all dry.
Nice lotion. Duke uses lotion on his hands. He's a what did he call that when it's like a modern man who
Oh,
uses
the human
makeup
being
and
who
stuff?
doesn't want cuts on cracks all over his
I bet he
skin.
moisturizes. Do you pluck
You
your
sound like-
eyebrows, Duke?
You say it like it's not a like you're not a real man if you don't. My hands have been touching nothing but cardboard for 3 days straight, and they're all
Wow.
dried out and cracking. If it doesn't make me a man to use lotion on my hands, I don't know what to tell
He uses
you.
lotion. He plucks his eyebrows. He has a massage.
That's my
Pedicure. But here's the thing, right? I found something out today which was quite interesting. You might already know this. Do you know where Deadmau5 got his name from?
I don't.
This is quite interesting, right? Because Deadmau5,
Wait,
the
Chinny,
DJ,
I'm glad I came back.
shut up, you. Is a
specify DJ because not the professor at Oxford.
no,
The DJ.
right, the DJ, because we can relate because he's a complete gaming nerd.
Oh
Right?
boy.
Total
So his
gaming
mouse on
nerd.
his computer wasn't working one day.
Though you're sort of in the right area, but not right. Here's what it was: he was upgrading his graphics card in his PC,
Yes.
and when he opened his PC case, he found a dead mouse
Oh,
inside of the
gross.
case.
That is a
Right? And then he sort of was on like on the forums, and he put dead mouse like as in like the proper dead mouse, but then the name didn't fit right, so he shortened it to dead mouse with a 5. So there you go.
there you
So
go.
because he found a
He
dead
spelled
mouse
it-
in his PC when he was changing his graphics card.
My question is, why did he spell it MAUS?
He initially spelt it that way, but he shortened it for the forums.
Why did he spell it MAUS though? Why not MOUSE?
No, it's MAU5. It is.
I know, but the proper spelling of the word mouse is MOUSE. Why
Yes.
did he spell it MAUS?
I don't bloody know. I'm just telling you the factoid. I don't know all the ins and outs.
Well,
Jesus
I have a reason.
Christ!
I'm not just giving you a
Why don't
bollock.
you ask him?
I will tell you why I'm asking if you let me.
No, why don't you ask him?
Why don't I ask him? Because I don't have him on the Discord right now. Is why. Jesus. And you know why he called himself Deadmau5. I thought.
Well, I
you
only.
might too.
That was the top and bottom of it. There wasn't any more.
Okay. Well, let's just move on, shall we?
Shit. You know, I use that all the time now.
Are you ready to start?
I don't know. Probably.
Well, why don't we let Chinny answer?
Ginny, are we ready to start?
Sad now.
Bet you're glad you're back.
Thank God I came back for this shit.
Yeah.
Let's start the motherfucking bitch.
Any reason not to start right now?
No.
No, I'll go for it.
Just do it. Do it.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. Why isn't this playing? I
Oh,
hit the play
Jesus.
button. There it is. All right.
Wario cheese! Welcome yo to the veteran gamers. Juju, Ginny, other fellas will tell you about it. And an indie pick. Story time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite savers.
it down. Come on, everybody. Check me out. I'm dancing. I'm dancing.
It's the veteran gamers.
I just fell on my bottom into some butterscotch.
Switch that console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
Yeah, huh?
Hello and welcome to episode 563 of the Veteran Gamers podcast.
Yeah, huh?
Yay, 563. What's up, party people? Duke in the house. I'm Duke.
I'm Stu.
And I'm Chinny.
Yeah, huh?
It doesn't get any better, does it?
No.
Yeah, the
Nah.
boys are back in town.
Boys are back in town, boys are back. Well, actually, Duke isn't in the town anymore. He's in the countryside.
Aw, snap. I'm in the countryside. But wait, first, Chinny, you were gone last week. Where were you?
Yeah, Ginny, where were you?
I was in a place called Cornwall.
Aw, snap. And how was it?
It was okay.
Yeah.
What was the highlight of your trip?
There was a pool table at the place that we stayed at.
Cool.
Nice. Did you school everybody in snooker?
Pool, different, but
Cool,
yes.
cool, cool.
Can you not play snooker on a pool table?
No, no.
Oh.
Well, you could if you had the ball.
You can, technically you can, but a snooker
Can.
table is a bigger table.
Bigger.
Yeah.
Bigger.
Oh, interesting. Well, I'm learning. How about that?
Double the size, dude.
It is
so
double
if you
the
imagine
size,
pool,
yeah.
it's exactly double the size.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. So, but you can whack balls around with a stick. So, did you school everybody there?
I did. Yes. Tara's uncle is Tara's uncle's pretty good at pool.
Not
Tara's
anymore. You schooled him.
Tara's
Schooled
brother's pretty
him.
good at pool, but I sorted him out.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
You put them in the places.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Places.
That
Were you
impressed
near the
him.
sea? Were you near the sea?
Yes. Yeah. We're in a place called Helston,
Oh, very nice.
which is like down there.
It's down there.
down here.
Down.
map of
Just go
England and-
left. Just go right a bit when you get to Bristol.
Yeah, it's down that way, you know. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's a place and it's all good. We went to the Eden Project.
Oh, very nice. Do you know, I've always wanted to go there. Was it cool?
No, I wouldn't if I were you.
Really? Were you not impressed?
I wasn't
It sounds like
impressed.
some sort of like
Wow. All
the
these
Eden
big
Project
tropical-
sounds like it's some sort of like madman's plan for ending the world.
It is.
We're like humans
Sort
out
of,
and
sort of.
are at peace.
No, it's some bright spark was like, oh, you know, we if we, you know, like put like a couple of greenhouses and stuff, people will like that, and that's basically what it is.
Well, it is, but to be fair, they have a lot of rare plants there.
Sure they
If you're
do.
into
I'm sure they
if you're
do.
into plants, you would probably like it because they have a lot of rare plants in these massive. Well, to say they're a greenhouse is a little bit doing them a sort of disservice. These things are enormous, aren't they?
Yeah. They're pretty big stuff. I made a video, made a family video. Everyone.
Oh, look, the pool table,
Pool table, there you go. Yeah, so it's okay, but the Eden Project, I did not think. I was with two people that had been there 3 times, and I thought, oh, it must be good if it's 3 times.
Here's the magic number.
But
3.
you know, I would never go again, ever.
No, you wouldn't do it again. Are you in a church?
It's an old chapel. That's the
It
room.
looks like a church.
Well,
Well, it's a church.
The house is an old vicarage.
Is that Madeline?
No, that's that's
No.
my brother-in-law's wife.
Oh, okay. I was like, damn, she grew up fast.
Yeah, no, she's 27. So yeah, there's no way Madeline is.
Yeah, she definitely grew up fast.
Madeline's
It's
15.
an understatement.
Let me ask you, you are a professional like filmmaker.
Yeah.
You do this for a living. When you're on these holidays, do you feel like it's your obligation to like get the camera out, make the videos, edit them real quick when you get back?
No, not really. This is just a collection of random video clips that I got when everybody was drunk, and
Well, I'm just curious.
You can see Simeon there being very funny and stuff, and you know,
Simeon is very funny. Actually,
he is very
I've gotta
funny.
say.
Very
He
good
is
at pool.
very funny.
Very good at pool.
He is. Yeah, it looks like he's putting his bum in people's faces.
That's what he
There you
does.
go.
That's
what you
good
do.
old Simeon.
So
And
what do you do?
and yeah, we had it was good. It was a good time. It was good family time. Yeah, it's an old vicarage. So the building was, the house was quite big, and where we was it's like a chapel. It was like a little chapel, but that's where the pool table was, and we went for walks and
That's good. It's nice.
stuff. I suppose that's what normal people do.
Are you not a normal person?
I guess
Or
not.
go to the graveyard and you play. Let's see how old the dead people are.
Yeah.
Let's dig someone up.
Yeah.
Let's just do that for a grin.
Yeah, so that's it
No,
really.
there you go.
There's no major stories came out of it really than that.
So
Well,
let me ask you this: if you're not a normal,
Oh, Stu's got something else he needs to ask.
I was
Go
just going
ahead.
to say, if you're not a normal person, what are you, Trini?
I suppose I am normal because everybody thinks they're abnormal, don't they? But everybody's normal pretty much. But
Well, the normal thing is to say you're abnormal.
yeah, I did pack my Switch, and Tara's uncle is a big gamer, and there's a PlayStation 4 game that he's played constantly. He's played 20 times.
Oh my
Wow, that's a lot of times.
Yeah, it's it's an exclusive PS4 game.
Okay,
It's
goodness. Guess it.
is it Uncharted in that sort of series?
it's not regarded as a good one.
Oh,
It's more of a
Good enough for him to play it 20 times.
it's more of a meh game.
really?
Huh.
I'm trying to think what that would be.
Not God of War then.
I wouldn't have thought so. That's not a meh
Spider-Man,
game, is it?
Presumably.
No. Is it Killzone or one of the Killzone games?
No,
Ah,
I think this is so far off your radar you probably forgot it exists.
Last of Us.
really?
No.
20 times. He's played this 20 times.
It wasn't The Last of Us 2, I heard you.
Why?
Yeah, well, that's not a meh game, is it?
I was joking.
Okay.
Okay.
God, what was that one that came out donkeys years ago with a broken helmet for the
That's wrong.
thing? All right, I don't even remember what that
Whatever
was.
it
It was
is,
so
it's wrong.
bad.
Yeah,
It was a terrible game, terrible. I don't know. Give us a clue. Give us a clue.
You
What
ride a-
sort of game is it?
you ride a bike.
You ride a bike.
Paperboy.
No, like a motorbike.
GP
Motorcycle Paperboy?
Motorcycle GP 2016.
That was not PS4 exclusive.
Is it a
as well.
story game then that you can finish it?
It's got a story in it, yeah.
It's got a story and you ride a motorbike. What the what?
Here, wait. I'll do a search for PS4 exclusives and see. if
PS4
any-
exclusive with motorbike and story. I don't know what this could be. I have no clue. I really have no clue. I don't know.
Don't say it yet. Don't say it yet. I want to see if I can guess
Well,
it.
I can't say it. I don't even know what it is. I'm supposed to say what I don't know.
GT Sport.
No.
No,
It's a racing game.
that's not a story.
My tainted
Oh,
brain in
God.
the chat says zombies.
know.
Yes, there are zombies in
Yeah, I know what you gotta say. Days Gone.
it. Days Gone, that's the one.
It's just come to me now.
He has
But that-
played.
I was thinking of something older for some reason.
He has played Days Gone 20 times.
That's just weird, right?
I know.
And
that's
the,
what I
the
said
reason
to
I
you.
wouldn't have thought of that, right, is I don't feel like it's been out long enough for someone to have played it 20 times.
He
you
plays
know what I
nothing
mean?
else. He plays
I
nothing else.
know, I know. But I feel like that should have been out for years before you played
Well,
something 20 times.
If you like it, then I played
guess.
Skyrim 20 times in the first year.
Hmm.
Well, no,
No,
but that's just the same game, 20 different occasions.
Yeah.
I feel like the only game I've played more than once really is Half-Life 2. Oh, I suppose and Portal 2. But Half-Life 2 I've played 4 times, and I think that's a bit excessive.
Yes.
You know,
Hmm.
and episode
Yeah,
1
play
I've
a game
played
once,
twice.
move on. What kind of weirdo plays a game more than once?
I know. There's so many other games to play.
Eh.
Why are you gonna play the same game twice? I don't know. 20 times is just too much, man.
Whatever.
He needs to get some sort of therapy or something.
You play what you want to play and let other people play what they want to play. How's
I
that?
guess. Howdy Quaxel, by the way. Quaxel's in chat. Says howdy.
Howdy.
Quaxel. Howdy Quaxel.
Thanks
Howdy,
for
howdy.
listening.
There you go. I don't know. So he's a PS4 fanboy, but only for one game.
He's a whatever console he can get and hack fanboy.
Is it whatever console has
Yeah.
Days Gone on it?
No, whatever console he can hack into and mod and download all the games for free kind of guy. So that's what he does with all these consoles.
Duke doesn't agree with that, do you, Duke?
Why are you asking me if I agree? Why don't you say whether you agree or not?
Well, I don't agree with that. I don't mind getting games cheap.
Well, if
Well-
from gray market sites, but you won't go to black.
Well, that's better than modding a console and getting everything for free, though, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Well, we all cut corners with our morality. Anyway, I've got a story to tell.
My favorite time. It's story time.
Story
What a
time.
story it is. When last you heard from me, dear listeners, I was living in a different zip code. Hey-o. Yeah, I know, right? It's crazy.
It is.
Yeah, we moved to the farm. And the
Now
fact that you can hear me crystal clear
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
for two reasons. One, we got the internet hooked up and ready to go. And two, there's a coax spot right next to my desk. And at first I thought, oh man, he's got the internet hooked up in the storage room down here in the basement. It's going to be far away. I'm going to have to run cables. And then I found the coax spot next to my desk. I'm like, oh, maybe I can plug in here. And I tried it and I crossed my fingers. And it worked. And I'm like, yeah, what? So I'm very happy. I got 200 megabits per second, whereas in the old place I was at like 110. So I actually have
Wow.
faster internet now than I did before. How weird is that?
Here's the thing, though, dude. That's impressive.
Yes.
Seeing as you're so remote now, you don't even have a zip code anymore. That's how remote you are now. You're in the like nowhere.
I have a zip code.
Do you have a zip? Does it have a zip code out there in the middle of nowhere?
That's why I said at the beginning of the story that I'm in a different zip code now.
Does it have a zip code? Huh. And cheap. Have you got what? My wife was asking, "What are you keeping on the farm?" She said, "What's he actually keeping?" I'm like, "I don't know, sheep, chickens."
The
stuff."
Duchess still has the chickens she had before.
Yeah.
She's going to expand the flocks, surely, I expect. We have a dog, and she's just going to observe the land for a while. She's going to plant some raspberries. And
She's just got to look at it for a while.
That is it,
Yeah. I'm not.
I'm
This
master
doesn't sound
like-
like farming somehow.
What?
It doesn't sound like farming.
Well, maybe it's a different kind of farming. So when I asked her, like, what's the first thing you're going to plant? She said, well, when you do permaculture farming, the first thing you do is you try to understand, like, the rhythms of the land and, like, get a feel for how the soil is in different places. And
I see what she's saying.
Wow.
I know what she's saying, Duke. She's saying, get high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plant the weed. That's what she's got
Yeah.
to do.
Here we go.
She's got
This
to
is
be having
what-
some fancy
fancy-
heat lamps going on.
well, you have a huge outdoor area. You don't need to bother with the heat lamps. But anyway,
No, you need heat lamps for that sort of stuff. You can't grow it outdoors
why not?
because it needs heat. And I'm not, just correct me if I'm wrong, Duke, but in Wisconsin in the winter, it's a little bit chilly.
You're right about that, but on the other
Mhm,
hand,
mhm.
eventually the Earth's axis tilts, and you can plant things outside when
That is
there's
also true.
sunshine and warmth.
Let me ask you another question though: Is weed illegal in Wisconsin?
Weird conversation this is.
Because if weed's
Yes.
illegal, planting it outside is probably a bad idea.
Duke, let me ask you another question. Is dog fighting illegal in
Yeah,
Wisconsin?
dog fighting, is that illegal?
Anyway, it's an awesome place. I'm glad you asked. The thing I
Poppies
did
next year.
not love the
Will you let him talk about his fucking house?
Sorry.
The thing I did not expect to love as much as I do is, first of all, you find all these lost treasures. So I didn't realize that I still had my Batman Forever towel.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. That's right, baby.
that's right.
That's
there's
right.
that. Yeah. Also, when I stretch, like I'm supposed to do these stretches all the time because of my spinal stenosis. In the old place, there was only like 2 or 3 places I could do it in the house because it was very close together, and their doorways often had stuff next to them, and it was hard to find a spot. Now I just fall down anywhere, and there's a spot I can do my stretches.
Do you know, I have this image of you just walking along and just suddenly falling over to stretch.
Yeah, totally. That's what I'm doing.
Makes
Stretch,
total sense. Did you find that was anything left in the house? Was anything left
Yes,
in-
the guy left a few things that I guess his daughter had because his daughter used to come to stay with him, I guess. And so he had this Victoria's Secret lotion and I guess
Wow.
body spray set. And
Not what I was expecting.
well, I didn't expect it either. and it was in the downstairs bathroom in one of the cupboards, and I was just cleaning it out, and I'm like, hey, what's this? Oh my god! And there was like $2 in loose change in that cupboard, and I was like, that's
Wow.
odd. Why do you just have $2 in loose change here? Weird. So anyway, the point is, we have the lotion in the upstairs bathroom, and like I said, moving cardboard boxes for a week, it's like, and I didn't move most of them off the truck. We hired people to do that. But anyway, it dries your hands out, and I didn't realize how important it was to keep moisturizing as you go. So my hands have these cuts all over them. I got hangnails, and it just sucks. Anyway, so I was like, oh, I have a lotion downstairs. So I have this. It's very, very pink, and it's the brand Pink. And it says warm and cozy body lotion, Le pour le corps.
It rubs the lotion in
It's from Victoria's Secret. So I'm like, okay, a man who is not as secure in his masculinity would be worried about that. But you know what? I don't care. Lotion's lotion.
Yeah, I just made a joke on Silence of the Lambs, and it was just lost.
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, a lot of your jokes do that, Stu, to be
I
fair.
thought it was a pretty good joke. It rubs the lotion in its skin, you know.
Nobody ever says that when the word lotion comes up in conversation.
Well, you've said lotion about 15 times, so it had to come up.
Imagine.
Jesus.
Imagine.
Fucking Victoria's Secret's lotion.
Imagine.
What's wrong with Victoria's Secret lotion? Stu?
Nothing.
I
Just
have
say
cracked
it's a bit
dry
weird.
hands.
Right.
It's so, okay, what would
Imagine
you-
if Stu
wait, no,
moved.
Jenny, wait. I have to answer this.
Oh, God.
You're me, okay? Your
I'm
hands.
definitely not.
Imagine you're me. Your
Okay.
hands are cracked and dried. They're bleeding,
Mhm. Yeah.
and you're downstairs.
Yeah.
And there's lotion upstairs that's like nondescript. And then there's this Victoria's Secret
Yeah.
lotion. Would you keep running upstairs every time you needed to apply some lotion?
No, what I would do is get a bit of sandpaper and give my hands a rub with that because I'm a real man, not like you.
What would
With
you do?
lotion, I'd just carry on, man.
You want to make fun of my manhood because I'm using Victoria's Secret
I'm not
lotion?
talking about your manhood. Jesus
but-
Christ. Talking about your hands.
I'm responding and asking you what you would do.
I wouldn't do anything. It's just
most
hands. I don't know.
Attempt to make a joke. You're making fun of me because I'm using Victoria's Secret lotion. I don't care. Make fun of me all you want. I think it's ridiculous.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway.
Moisturising.
So, what have you got against moisturising, Stu?
I don't know. It's a bit weird.
Man, like a real man doesn't care.
Real man don't give a shit about lotion.
A real man doesn't give a shit about
Moisturizer.
bleeding.
Yeah, that,
I think a lot more men moisturise than you think.
probably, but it doesn't make that. What is it? What did he call it? There's a name for it,
doesn't
isn't
matter if it's from Victoria's Secret or from
it? Okay. Anyway, shall we move on and talk about
Yes.
something other than Victoria's Secret's lotion? Wow.
What you gonna play?
Who's starting? You got a wheel?
I don't know. Who's dice, wheel, stuff?
I don't have my die. I don't
I
know
got
where it's-
a wheel.
Okay, spin that wheel, baby.
Yeah, Duke lost his die in the move.
Well, it's not lost. It's just in a box somewhere. I got 700,000 of them.
Could be anywhere.
Duke, you're up.
Duke, you're up.
Sweet. I haven't had time for games. I've been moving.
What are you
Oh, wait.
talking about, man?
No, that's not true. I played some Rocket League. Woohoo!
Woo!
And the only thing I'll say about it, because it was new this week, I played 3 games today before the show. The first game, we scored a goal early, and I was like, yay! And then the other team scored a goal, and I was like, oh, man. And then they scored again, and my teammate was like, forfeit. And I'm like, we got 3 minutes left. What are you doing? And whatever. So he was a sour, angry child, and he just kept spamming, wow, 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 like if I missed or didn't hit it perfectly. And then, so anyway, that was game 1 with a sour child. Then I played another game, and it was this even more sour child. And oh no, it was the people on the other team who were, I was like, have fun, people. I typed that at the beginning of every game. And he wrote STFU. And I was like, oh, someone needs a nap. It's okay, buddy. You won't be 12 forever. And then he's like, you sound gay. Are you gay? And I was like, ugh.
Well, you do moisturize, Duke. Just point.
Jesus Christ, shit.
See, here's the thing, Stuart.
Yeah.
I have students who are gay. Some of them might want to go shopping at Victoria's Secret. And I know you're just joking, but you have to understand that for some people, that causes real harm.
I don't think shopping at Victoria's Secrets causes any harm to anyone.
It doesn't. But people making fun of men who decide to wear women's clothing, that is transphobia.
That's
that
not being
causes
about
real-
being gay. That's being a a trans
We need to get off this
has
subject
nothing to
now.
do with being gay.
I'm happy to
What
get
a
off.
weird thing to say.
I just wanted to talk about the fact that this person on the video game was calling me gay as an insult. And I said to him, "You say that like it's a bad thing." Because I always say that when people are like, "You're gay." And I was like, "You say it like it's a bad thing." He said, "It is a bad thing. You should KYS." And for people who don't know what that means, it means kill yourself. And so I reported him, of course. And I was like, "God damn it. Why is this game so full of sour children?" And then I played with someone whose username was verified toxic. And I was like, "Oh, great. Here we go. This is going to be three's the magic number. It's going to be another toxic child." But he was the nicest guy. And I was like, "What the hell? Dude, your name is a lie. Why are you lying to me with your name?" Because he was like, "Good shot." And I messed up and I was like, "Sorry." He's like, "No problem." I'm like, "Wow, you're the nicest person I've played with today. And your name is verified toxic. What's up with that?"
You see, that's a problem with making assumptions.
I guess so. But to be fair, it's his name. Like, if my name was Happy Guy, and then people were like, "How you doing?" I'm like, "Shut up." It would be right to assume that I'm a happy guy because that's my name. Anyway,
Yeah, totally.
yeah. Anyway, enough about Rocket League. Nobody cares.
No.
Yes, but I had to share that one little story. I got a game a few weeks ago called Green Project, and I bought it. It's a crafting game, and I know you're like, "Duke, you never play crafting games. Why did you get this one?" But I got it because someone in one of the reviews said it's Stardew Valley meets post-apocalyptic life, and I was like, "Ooh, interesting." And it looks like Stardew Valley. So as soon as it comes up on the stream here, you'll see that it's, 3/4 isometric, sprite-based, gardening, crafting, survival type stuff, but it's post-apocalyptic. So, you got to scavenge and you got to go out and get stuff, chop down dead trees and all of that, and then plant live trees. And the reason you have to plant live trees is not just so you'll have wood, but because, I don't know if you can see at the top of the screen, but maybe it's not visible yet, but there's a meter that says, here's how much of the planet is toxic sludge, and it starts off at like 99%. And here's how much is like green soil. And over the course of the game, what you need to do is you need to plant more and more trees, which drives back the toxic sludge. Now, that's not scientifically accurate, I know, but nevertheless, it is, it's kind of an interesting mechanic.
So this looks a little bit like, say, if Fallout and Stardew Valley had a baby.
Yeah, exactly. And you'd think it would be great, wouldn't you? Well, you'd be wrong. Because the concept of the game is great, but the mechanics are so wonky. So, for instance, to craft things, I don't know if you can tell from this gameplay footage that I found on YouTube, but in order to craft something, let's say you have to craft something using a hammer and 5 planks and 20 nails.
Okay.
You have to go to the workbench, and then you put the planks and the nails into the workbench, and you put the hammer into the workbench too. And I was like, why are you putting your hammer into the workbench? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, does that make it a bad game just because the mechanic's a bit wonky?
But that's just an example.
Yes.
Like other mechanics.
Just saying,
I mean, a lot of the gameplay is a lot like Stardew Valley, but there's enough wonky mechanics like that.
It's for people that are having trouble visualizing the game. It's like Stardew Valley, but you're playing a mix between Vin Diesel and Jason Statham.
I was just gonna say, he does look like a bit of a hard nut, doesn't he?
Yeah.
You go, where the fuck are these fucking plants not growing?
Time to water the fucking plants.
Why the fucking plants?
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, it's trying its best. There's a significant amount of depth. The other thing is that it's not at all user friendly in terms of like what you're supposed to do. Like it shows you, it kind of hints at the first few things you need to make. But after that, I was like, what else am I supposed to do now? Because in order to make any clothing, you need like 30 pieces of cloth, and I don't know how you get cloth. Because basically, when you start wandering around, you bump up against the toxic sludge in all directions. So there's not so many places you can go. Yeah, you make a compost bucket, and you find, it's funny, like you find a dead body when you first get there, and he's got this note on him that's like, use my body to compost and maybe you can grow something later. And I was like, okay, well, that's convenient because I have a compost bucket. So put your corpse in the compost bucket.
And did it work?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it did.
there you
And
go.
then what you do with the compost is you take it and you, well, you need like 5 units of compost. And so the body became 1 unit of compost. And I was like, what else do I get? You know, how else do I get compostable material? Well, you have to break apart the tree roots, which I didn't, or the stumps, which I thought if I, you know, in some games, you cut down a tree, the stump will regrow into a new tree. Not this game. So whatever. Eventually, and then you're supposed to plant new trees close to the sludge, as I said. So, I mean, it's not badly designed in that sense. It's just that it's not fun to play because there's so many things that are just a little off, a little annoying. So, Green Project, I'll probably keep playing it, but it's not blowing me away.
But let's be honest, dude. There is one thing in this game that you like: the trees fall over.
The trees, I know they fall over. I'm like,
The trees fall over.
Oh,
It's very important.
Is
that you
there
stop.
is there lotion in the game?
Yes, a lotion of something.
what's in the
Maybe
past.
yeah, maybe there's some lotion.
Because you shouldn't assume, Stu. This guy, this Jason Statham
No,
looking
I should
guy,
not. Even though he looks a bit hard.
he might be like, you know what? After a fucking hard day's work, I'll have a bit of lotion, mate.
Bit of lotion. Rubs the
Shaq
lotion on my skin.
You know, Shaq did a lotion commercial. He's a real man, right?
I guess so, but he does believe the Earth is flat. So what? I don't know what to think about that guy.
Yeah, we're not sure what to make of that.
Well, Ice Cube is a Trump supporter, so you know, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
Yep.
what are you gonna do?
All right, so that's it. Green Planet or Green Project, meh.
Yeah.
Don't,
It gets
you
a
know,
meh.
Get it very, very cheap, and only if you really like Stardew Valley style crafting games.
Very good.
Whoop.
Who's next?
Dunno. Shinny, who's
It's been the world. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! It's me.
next? Yay. Yeah.
So I'm gonna send you a link, Stuart.
Ooh.
Send you a link.
Send me a link.
No, not Stuart. Sorry, I said Duke a link. No, forget it.
Oh,
Yeah, forget me. I don't want no fucking link.
yeah, I want a link.
So
No,
I
this
want.
isn't a
Listen,
link.
shut up.
I don't even want your link. You can keep it. Fuck your link.
Should I play it now?
I want Stu to
Yeah.
listen to the link.
Okay. Okay.
Play
Here
it.
it comes. I'm playing it.
Here it comes.
Okay.
All right, that's it.
So, what was that noise, Stuart?
I have no clue. It sounded like someone
Guys,
walking.
any of the sounds.
That. Play it again, Duke. Just play it
Play it
again.
again. Play it again. Play it. Can you make it louder? Can you
There
make
we
it
go.
louder?
No, I can't. That's it.
I have no idea what that is.
So,
Should I know what that is?
that is me
Yeah.
turning a corner, Stuart. That is me changing my gaming habits. That is me transforming the
Oh my
way
God.
I
what?
play video games forever.
I see what you did there. I like that.
I have completely had a breakthrough on
You're a
how
person.
how I spend my time playing video games.
Have you had an epiphany?
I had an epiphany.
An epiphany.
That sound
Yeah.
was the sound of me deleting Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Oh my! You see, I wouldn't have known because it's an Xbox.
I wouldn't know
because
it's the Xbox. No one cares.
I don't
So
know what sound an Xbox makes anymore.
no one cares. Literally nobody cares about what you just
Nobody
said.
cares.
Right.
Nobody
So
cares. I get it now, though. I get it.
it's just the point that I'm making,
Yeah,
Stu.
yeah,
really.
I get you. I get you.
And I'm trying to.
Gareth says, "Have you stopped playing Snooker 19?"
It was literal because a lot of people would have said, "Did you hear that? That's the sound of it." No, Chinny wanted to record the actual.
Yeah.
he did. He did.
hardcore.
I like it. Credit
So
to you.
the thing about me is I like to play games. I like to finish them, and
He's not a quitter, people.
I'm not a quitter because that's for girls. And you know what else is for girls? Moisturizers in your hands.
Yeah, from Victoria's
Uh,
Secret.
So, yeah, I've had, and I think I've been thinking about it. I've been away in Cornwall. There's
Yeah.
nothing else to do.
You think about it.
So I've been thinking about it, right? Just in the back of my mind. I don't stay awake or anything, but I've been thinking about it. I was like, I used to be better at this when I was a kid, right? I used to just
More time for it.
I just used to play games and just be like, "Pleh," and then move on. All right. I never used to be like that.
So
I'm
you
s-
were the opposite.
I was.
you
I was. I wasn't the opposite. It wasn't a conscious decision that I would make. It wasn't like
okay.
I would just organically move on to whatever I wanted.
Yeah, even though you hadn't finished what you were playing.
Yeah, I'd just be like, oh, I'll play this, I'll play that, I'll play this. And I was like, when did it change? I'll tell you when it changed.
Gears of War.
Changed when I was 21. Right. And when the 360 came out and it introduced achievements. Right.
See, I
And
knew
then
what you were-
also roughly at the same time, can't completely blame it on achievements. This fucking show. Right.
Seriously.
Because I'm like, you can't critique a game if you don't play the whole thing.
That's right.
Of course you can.
When have I ever critiqued a game without playing all of
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
That's just my mental. It's like you can't. Yeah, but on the 16th hour, that's when it gets really good. Right. That's that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
I turned a corner and I thought, you know what? I'm not gonna do it anymore. And I know this isn't this big. Like I know other people say this all the time. I haven't. This is not the first time anybody's heard this, but like, I have to think about it the other way now, and think about it like, if the game can't hold me, then fuck you, game.
Yeah, it's
Your
totally.
time is precious.
Here, right, I partially agree with what you're saying, Chinny, but when Duke says you can critique a game, whatever, when he's played a game for like 3 minutes, I don't think that's quite long enough. If I put a couple of hours in and make an opinion, that's
It
fine.
depends on the game, though.
Well, I guess, but Duke sometimes makes his mind up very quickly.
Well, but
When did I
maybe his time is more
Okay,
precious.
Minecraft is a good example of this.
Yeah, fair enough. I didn't play it very long the first time I played it. You're right.
Exactly. And I'm
That
sure,
was
did you like Rocket League at the very start of all of
No,
this?
he didn't.
No, he didn't, did he?
No, he did not at all.
Just saying, right? Duke doesn't always give stuff enough of a chance. That's what
But then
I
I went back and played 7 million hours of Minecraft.
That's true. But the thing is, look, where Duke
7
where
million hours of Rocket League.
where Duke maybe doesn't give some stuff enough time, I do the
Yeah.
opposite. I give
You do
too
give
much
too much time.
stuff, too much time. All right, so it's like, so I went. You know what? I'm like 40 hours in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I hate it. I hate.
know.
I
We
hate.
know.
Enough of your life.
I hate everybody that worked on it. I hate everybody that is in the credits of that fucking game.
Yeah.
I hate every voice actor that's ever worked on an Assassin's Creed game ever, except for Nolan North. I hate Greece now because of that game.
What do you
Never
hate
gonna go on holiday there.
I hate all Greeks now because of that game. That game has made me hate the Greeks.
So you're a Greekist now, are you?
Yeah, because of that game.
Do you hate
Uh,
Socrates now?
I hate.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate Socrates.
He didn't like Socrates to begin with.
One
to
of
be
us a
fair.
big fan of Socrates anyway.
Yeah, Socrates. Asking all those questions, drinking hemlock.
Yeah. Oh, it was a tough decision you got there. Anyway, I'm off to see the boys. You know, whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
I bet
Uh,
he would have Victoria's Secret.
Yeah, damn straight. Because
And he
you know,
invented
he was gay.
it. He likes to moisturize.
Because that's gay
Well,
to
well, look,
moisturize.
Right, can I just be honest, right? All right, can we just take this back a little bit?
Oh, do we have to go back on this stuff?
All I was saying is like gay men, they look after themselves, don't they? You know, they like to
Straight men look
good,
after
they like
themselves.
to- No, they don't. A lot
Yes,
of straight
they
men
do.
don't give two shits, man.
Yes, they
Gay
do.
men, they look after themselves. They moisturize. They have nice eyebrows. You
On the
know,
sample size
they
of
dress
this
well.
podcast,
I-
It's 2 against 1, Stu. You're wrong.
I pluck my
You don't
eyebrows.
think
I
gay men look after themselves.
I-
I think straight.
Stu,
No.
Stu.
That's
I
the same
pluck
people
my
back there looking-
I pluck my eyebrows.
You?
Does that make me gay?
No, it just makes you. I don't know. I just don't.
You
think
know why?
straight men look after themselves as much as gay men. That's the
I'll
point
give
I'm
you
making.
2 reasons why I pluck my eyebrows, and I'll see if you can guess which one is true. Right.
Okay.
One of it
Wow.
is I like cock. Right. Or the other reason,
Wow.
the other
This has
reason,
really turned
the other
corner.
reason, the other reason is I
Yeah,
don't want a unibrow. Which one is it?
Yeah, but I'm not having a monobrow is different to having your eyebrows shaped, though, isn't it?
Still shaping your eyebrows.
The form
Well,
of shaping your eyebrow.
stopping you having a monobrow. See, Nick says he agrees with me. He says us northern monkeys don't. Lol.
Well, yeah,
See?
I think he's kind of insulting you there.
Yeah,
really.
well, not unless you're a gay man in the north, and then you look after yourself. You know, you dress
Sure,
well.
there are plenty of.
There are
Moisturize.
many. Have you never watched First Dates? There's loads of straight guys on there that look after themselves.
And it should not be a marker of your sexuality whether you look
I'm
after
not saying it's a marker. I'm just saying that it generally, right? And correct me, I could be wrong. But
You're wrong.
generally, gay men look after themselves. You know,
And
they
so do a lot of straight men. It's a
and
it's a
straight.
part of
Some
the-
do, but I wouldn't have said all do. To be fair,
Well, you know that not all gay men do.
I don't know.
I think this is what's going on, Stu.
I'm laughing and crying.
This is what I think's going on, Stu.
Go on.
I think you're gay.
It could be. Look, it could well be.
I think you're gay, and you're
I'm
just
o-
trying to
I'm
hide
o-
it.
Look, I must
Alright.
admit, Chitty, on the few times we've been together in a hotel room, there has been a temptation.
Been tempted. So talking about
You are a handsome man, it has to be said.
so talking about being gay.
Looks after himself.
And he does look after himself. He plucks his eyebrows.
I do,
and
yeah.
everything.
Yeah. I had rather. I'm going to move on to the next game that I've been playing
Go ahead, Shinny, quickly.
Okay, please do.
because we had a bit of a gay moment in it.
We really?
Yeah.
No, that's fat again. That's fine.
What's the most masculine thing? Two cowboys in the
Okay.
wilderness. Most masculine thing.
Oh god.
All right. I've been playing. So I was like, well, okay. I'm not enjoying.
This isn't in your list.
I know. I forgot to put it in. I know I've been enjoying. It's like, what do I enjoy? Fuck Assassin's Creed. I hate all the Greeks. Right. I hate them now. What game? What was the last game? And I know there's The Last of Us and all that sort of stuff. What game have I kind of got unfinished business with? Right. And I was thinking about it. I was like, Red Dead. I never played the online very much. I've still got a few bits and bobs doing the single player, so I updated it. And then I played the online of Red Dead.
Yeah.
And there's nothing gay about two cowboys in the wilderness camping, right? Nothing gay
Unless it's
about.
Brokeback Mountain.
Correct.
Nothing.
So me and Marsh played some Red Dead Online, and it's been 2 years since I've played Red Dead 2.
Okay.
This is Red Dead
I
2.
reckon it's probably changed a lot.
It's changed a lot, and it's one of those games, and it's the same thing that happens when I play GTA Online as well. When I play GTA Online, I'm thinking, why do I play anything else?
Yeah. That's what I think when I play Rocket League.
Why do I bother? Because this has everything I want. I love it so much. It's so good.
Yeah.
And I've been enjoying it. I've been playing some Red Dead Online.
Yeah.
I've got a bounty hunter license,
Oh, interesting.
which means me and Marsh are bounty hunters. There's some decisions that 2 years ago Mike made. I named my horse Marty. I don't know why I did that, but I did.
Future.
Marty McFly, presumably.
Probably.
You are like the biggest Back to the Future fan ever.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. So we've been doing that, and it's been great. I've been absolutely loving it. I really, really enjoy it. There are.
Let me ask you 2 questions, Chinny, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go.
Compared to the kind of gameplay we saw in Red Dead 1 online,
Mhm.
how different is
It's a little bit more stripped back, I would say. It's like, well, I mean, I'm trying to think where I.
Because I remember Red Dead 1 online being, there wasn't a persistent world at all. It was really just you team up with people, you do this thing, and you do a gold rush map or you do a deathmatch round.
Yeah, there's still lots of that. I think it's when I said strip back, I meant strip back from the single player, not from the previous Red Dead. Sorry.
Right.
So
But
yeah, there's a
persistent world. There's NPCs.
yeah, there's NPCs. There's people walking around. There are. Let's skip ahead on this now. Yeah, there's NPCs walking around. All the shops are open. All the mini games are there.
Story.
There's stores. You can go shopping.
Is there a story?
There's a story. There are story missions.
Okay.
that are fully acted out, fully cutscened out. There aren't very many, and there are sort of stranger missions where there isn't a cutscene. They just kind of talk to you and you do them. And they're adding loads of stuff. So I'm doing a bounty license. So my bounty license kind of unlocked a new kind of campaign, if you will. And the first big, like, legendary bounty, all the legendary bounties are kind of story, cutscened kind of missions. The rest are go get them, dead or alive. But they're pretty good. It's a good way to play Red Dead co-op with your mate, and it was fairly easy to go into the same posse. It wasn't ridiculous on load times, because these are all things that GTA 5 have been known for. It takes forever to load. It takes forever to kind of figure out what you're going to do, and then you get killed by random people. Didn't really come across anybody random at all. I don't think I did, actually, which I remember that being a massive problem in Red Dead Online, like Red Dead 2 Online. I kept on getting shot, but I don't know, it's just not many people are playing it or whatever, but I didn't really run into anybody. Like, what happens is you do a mission. So we had to steal these canoes, right? That was one mission. And then when you get in the canoes, other people can stop you. Other people can kill you. Real people can kill you to stop the canoes and collect money for the canoes, right? This usually only happens when you're doing bad missions. You can do good missions and bad missions. So when you're doing something bad, that's regarded as like, this is a mission where somebody can come in and kick your ass.
You're breaking a moral code.
That's right. It's on basically.
They can't mess with you.
That's pretty much the general gist of it, and it's great, yeah. And there's just so much to do. You play the game, and it took me a while to even get used to the controls again. I was like, how do I get my weapon out? How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I take my jacket off? I'm too bloody hot. I'm too cold. All this, and how do I feed my fucking horse and all this shit? But it was good, we had a bounty where there was two people. We needed them dead or alive. They were on a train, and we had to ride across the train, jump on the train. Marshy jumped on the train after me. Then he fell off, and then I fought my way all the way to the front of the train, accidentally killed the bounty, and I was like, Marsh, I've killed the bounty. He was like, Alpha. And then I stopped the train, and then the other dead body fell off ages ago, so he had to go get it. And it's just an adventure. It's just a great little adventure that you go on. And there's hunting in the game. There's you can buy moonshine businesses. You can be a treasure hunter. You can be a collector. You can be.
They're incorporating these role-playing elements into the.
Yeah, you can sort of have.
It's not thought of as a role-playing game, but it sounds like they're.
It basically is at this point. I mean, GTA's gone this way as well, where you can live this kind of career. But GTA, for me, is just so far gone. And I might get back into GTA, but it's so far gone where I'm just like, I mean,
that's the thing. I keep seeing ads for new things that they're releasing, and I'm like, I don't feel like I even know what the game is anymore. It's so different than what I played 2 years ago.
Yeah. 1 ton super noodles in the chat just keeps saying snooker 19. He's either.
I really wants to see you playing snooker.
He's either fell over or.
This is what Stu thought was going to happen last week with Halo. People are going to come.
No, yeah, Halo. This isn't Halo.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got 1 ton super noodles. I've got another YouTube channel for the snooker stuff. It's called Chin Chinny. Just go over there.
You can hang around for this if you
like.
No.
Just go.
If you want snooker, though, this is the wrong place.
We talked about pool earlier.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really, after sort of having this thing about Assassin's Creed has broke me basically, and I'm just gone. You know what? What would I be playing if I was like I had my 10-year-old brain back on? And I'm. My 10-year-old brain is like, this isn't fun, so I'm going to stop playing it. And it all changed after achievements and.
Well, that's a good philosophy, though. I mean, granted, yeah, we want to give games a fair chance if we're reviewing them for this show. Fair points, Stu. But after 2 hours, certainly, it makes sense to just be like, I'm not having fun. I'm not going to spend my precious time on this planet playing this game I hate.
It is a tricky thing because you do feel obligated to play new stuff every week, for this show. So it is a.
Gaming is the best because it's constantly free shit coming at you.
Well, the Game Pass is pretty much the same shit these days. But Yes, so I'm just really enjoying Red Dead Online. I think it's a great time, and I'm happy that I've turned this corner. And I'm just like, you know what, Red Dead, it's the best.
I've just seen something really surreal on the screen. He went, "I'm Clay Davis." I was like, "Really? Doesn't look like Clay Davis to me."
Maybe they named it after him.
It must have done.
But the funny thing is about I just before we played Red Dead, I updated Red Dead 2, kind of. It was all like a nice coincidence because we originally was going to play Halo 5, right? Because we were like, well, what we're going to play together, and with my new mentality, because we've been playing Wolfenstein, you know, that New Blood game.
Oh yeah.
And it's fucking awful.
Really?
Online, you mean? Playing it
Well,
online?
co-op. It's just co-op.
Oh, right, okay.
It's all co-op. And it was.
I didn't know you could do that.
And it was crap. The game was.
Why is it so bad? What do you
It's
mean?
just so. It's. Yeah, I haven't talked about it on the show because we play it in like 1 hour stints, and it's so forgettable and boring. And it is not like the other Wolfenstein games.
See, the other Wolfenstein games, I really love.
Oh, they're great. I love them. I love the other Wolfenstein games.
Yeah.
I suppose as a co-op game, it doesn't really work because it feels a lot more. You feel like you're rushing through it a lot, and the levels seem a little bit. Wolfenstein's a good linear game. There's some good sort of moments where it takes the control from you, and I think you get beheaded or something in the second one. You know, something ridiculous.
You think you've died, and
You think you've died, and like all those little funny story moments, and it seems really sort of a lot slower. You're going through the game a lot more stealthier, slower. The levels are a little bit more sort of asymmetrical, whereas in this, they're just you feel like you're just running through it, and there's no real payoff, and it's all open world as well. So it's all like.
Why does every game have to be open
I
world?
know it's all open world, and you kind of collecting missions and going back and forward, and you just kind of get confused, and you fight in an area, and then all those enemies respawn, and you're just like fucking hell, like I can't even remember where to go or what to do, and the characters that you're playing as the two sort of daughters of BJ aren't particularly interesting at all. So I was just a bit bored of it, really. I was just a bit
underwhelmed, I think is the word you're
Yeah.
looking for.
yeah. So no, I didn't like it. So we was like, oh, we're gonna play Halo 5. Couldn't play that because that was needed an update. And then we was like, well, I've got World War Z. Have you got World War Z? Yeah, mine's updated. Marshy's wasn't updated. All right, let's play Division 2. That needs an update. And then by sort of coincidence, we had Red Dead 2 both updated. So it was just... And then when I'm playing Red Dead, I'm just like, why am I playing anything else? Like, why do I bother? Because this has got everything I need. It's so massive. Like, it's just tempting just to say, you know what, I'm just going to commit to this game when I'm playing with Marsh, and we'll just play this for as long as we can, rather than trying all these new things all the time.
Sounds like a good idea, if you ask me.
So that's what I've been playing. I've been loving Red Dead Online. If anybody's still playing it, let me know.
Holler at your boy.
Holler.
All right, who's next? Spin that wheel.
I think Wonton's getting a bit carried away. Now he says Chicken Dippers 19, Smelly Plums 19.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think he's got chat Tourette's.
Actually, it's just me, isn't it? I don't know why you're spinning, because there's only me left, isn't there?
I didn't spin the last time.
Fair enough. Right, well, I'm going to talk about a good game, seeing as you two have been blathering on about shit.
Red Dead Online.
I played shit, but
I don't know. Yes, I'm going to talk about Genshin Impact.
Okay.
Because screw you two playing your Red Deads and fucking Rocket Leagues.
I've took one look at this, and I already hate it.
I'll put it on the screen. So
Genshin Impact, this is what you should be playing, because this is a good game.
You really think I would want to play this shit?
Totally. I can totally see you playing.
Oh, I see what you're doing. You're faking this. This is not good at all.
No, actually, it is pretty good, but I know you definitely would hate it.
I would hate it, yeah.
You would definitely hate it.
It's a JRPG.
Yes, it's a JRPG, but it's had a lot of comparisons to, shall we say, another game.
Which one?
See if you can guess. You should be able to guess.
I'm not up on my JRPG. I have no idea.
I can
It's
guess.
not-
Wait, I think I can guess.
Goju, you can guess.
Oh no.
Indeed.
Oh no. Take this. Oh no.
For those who
this
don't know, that is from a hilarious parody of Breath of the Wild.
Now, I have no idea why they would compare this game because there's a stamina meter when you climb up stuff. Nothing like Breath of the Wild.
Tick.
And there's also a glider mechanic, but you've got wings as opposed to a glider. So that's nothing like
Tick.
Breath of the Wild.
You can cook food.
You can cook food and
Tick.
with recipes, and the scenery looks very Breath of the Wild. I've got to say though, right, this game does look beautiful. It's really nicely drawn. The animations are great. The environments look beautiful. You know, when you're running around in this world, it looks phenomenal.
What platform is it on?
Pardon? This is on everything. This is on PC. It's on PS4. I think it's on Xbox, and it's free to play. You don't have to pay. Free to play, totally free. But it's not totally free because it's got systems upon layers upon systems upon layers. I mean, I must admit, right, from a mechanical point of view, I don't think I've ever played such a complicated game.
Just for your information, this is on the PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, Android, iOS, Microsoft Windows, but it's not on the Xbox.
I know he's on a lot of stuff. Yeah, so, but it's all real-time combat. There isn't any turn-based or any of that malarkey.
Do your weapons break?
No,
Yeah,
the
right.
weapons don't break.
Oh,
So
sweet! Finally, a game like
The weapons don't break. You also have elemental powers, and you also have a party. So there's a lot of stuff going on. I guess the aesthetically and the gliding and the climbing are where the comparisons really end with Breath of the Wild, because pretty much everything else is completely different.
Okay.
So I feel like the comparisons, you know, if you just looked at it on the surface, you would say, yeah, I guess that's what it is. It's trying to be that, but you know, it's very much more anime. This game, and you can see there's scantily clad Japanese girls, as there always is in these weird games, and weird-looking blokes. You know, you can play as a girl or a boy. It's a very simplistic story. Basically, you've pissed off some god, so you piss off this female god, and then you have to decide whether you want to be the girl character or the boy character. And I chose the girl, and I've called her Randella.
Because you're not gay at all or anything like that.
No, I call her Randella instead of Randall because I always use that if I play as a female.
Yeah.
And then this god basically turns your brother into a cube.
It's not very masculine, is it, to pick the girl, is it, Duke?
not my cube.
Yeah, like a cube.
Duke, it's not very masculine to pick the girl, is it?
I think there's a lot of different ways to be masculine, and I'm not going to judge anybody based on
Yeah,
their
no,
choice.
you did. You're not going to judge.
Masculinity, like all gender, is performative. So I'm not going to stand in judgment of anybody's choice.
I can also say big words, Duke.
So then, anyway, when all that shit's gone down, you wake up on a beach, and you have like a companion, which is this like weird fairy.
She looks
thing.
fucking annoying.
Yeah, I can't remember what she's called. She does have a name.
Amber.
I guess. No, Paimon. That's what she's. Paimon.
Oh, the other...
Paimon. And she speaks like all of these sorts of anime games. Hi, I'm Paimon. I'm going to help you. No, that's terrible. Yeah, so she sort of gives you pointers. She's like basically your tutorial at the beginning of the game. She's like, do this, do this, do this. And when you've done that, do this. Yeah, there's not so much in the way of random encounters. There are. But again, like Breath of the Wild, it's like clearing out camps and then you get a magic chest and then you can open it and get some more stuff. But where this differs from normal games, and apparently these are quite big in like Korea and Japan and East Asia, is this thing called gacha. I don't know what it's called. Which is a name after a popular toy dispensing machine. And it's basically a microtransaction system where you can buy wishes in the game. And then when you buy wishes, you get given a random... You can actually get characters as a thing, as part of your party who are like better, adept, or whatever. The way that works is quite interesting. So normally, you know, with like a party in these sort of games, you see all of them at the same time.
Right.
You know, you see all the different party members on the screen or whatever when you're fighting. Well, in this game, you just swap between them. So you just do sort of a bit of a swap between them. And each one has their own little magic powers. Each one has a different weapon. So some will have a bow, some will have a sword. So it just depends which character. If anything, I think this is better looking than Breath of the Wild. If I'm being totally
It's a
honest.
different style, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there are, like I say, it's more aesthetics than anything, and there are little bits like similar, but I don't know, it's fine by me, and it's free.
Combat is fluid. It's fun combat.
Yeah, it's pretty good fun actually. I quite like the combat.
It looks interesting. I might play it. I actually bought a game recently that's in this same area, so I'm not going to go near it right now, but at some point I might play it.
Yeah, and like I say, look, even if you're mildly interested, it's free. It's not like you got to pay for it and then go, oh god, I paid for this.
Probably like 50 gigs or something.
No, it's not that big a download actually. I think it's about 7 or 8 gigs. It's not huge.
Like I said, I already have a game in this direction, so I'm not going to play it, but I will play it later. So, thank you for the recommendation.
But it's good. I like Genshin Impact. I think, I mean, looking at this side-by-side comparison, I can see what they did there. But yeah, I think it's more colourful, if anything. And I think it's pretty good. And there's a bit of a story. It's kind of like this is going to save your brother from the weird god who imprisoned him.
Yeah. Turn him back into a cube.
Turn him back.
You have 30 minutes to move your cube.
Yeah, something like that. But it's pretty good. So there you go. I'll give it a thumbs up from me for this game.
Okay.
Are you gonna keep playing it?
I'll be honest, right? I played it.
Disdain in his voice. You keep playing this shit.
I'll be honest. I played it for about probably a good couple of hours this morning. To be honest, I was.
So no.
No, I am going to actually because I'm quite enjoying it. It's quite addictive. It's one, but it's kind of got that sort of addictive mechanic about it because obviously they want you to spend money.
Well, yeah.
So they're constantly
there
giving you
limitations on how
breadcrumbs.
Play with it before spending money. I mean, could you play the whole game without spending money?
Apparently, you can play a lot of the game without spending any cash.
How does it stop you from playing?
I really have no idea.
Halt! You have not spent any money.
Yeah.
This gate needs money.
You need a green key to open this door, and then a green key is $2.
But it's this like I mean, this is how it works with real money. You can choose to buy an item called Genesis crystals.
Oh yeah.
Which can be acquired through real money purchases.
Yeah.
While they can be used for other things besides rolling, which is like, getting your random item or whatever. The primary use of most players will be trading Genesis crystals for Primo gems, which can then be traded for more fates, then to wishes.
Oh, God.
That's what I mean. This game is so complicated.
Oh, I hate that. That's the thing that bugs me the most about MMOs. It's like, I like games where you can get gold, and then you use the gold to buy objects. And then if you find objects on corpses that you loot, you sell it for gold. The end. Don't give me 20 different currencies. That's stupid.
But there's all this weird stuff. So it's like, I want to spend cash, but what's the best value for money? Well, if you're willing to spend larger amounts at once, your money will go further. For example, buying the 1,980 crystal pack once at $29.99, so $30, is better value than buying the 60 crystal pack for 99 cents.
Bullshit. It's not good value because it's like you go to the store and it's like, oh, this 29 pack of Coke is a better value. I want one soda. Yeah, but if you get this, then you'll have soda for because they want you to keep consuming more and more and more. It's so annoying.
And let's be honest, right? You're not actually buying anything. You're just buying virtual things. I mean, it's not even real shit. It's not even real stuff. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'll probably get to a point, I'm assuming, where I can't progress.
Basically, where you've got to pay.
Where you've got to pay to play.
And then you'll stop.
Yeah,
but then, you've probably got quite a lot of value for money out of
so
something that
bleed them dry for free.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Well, that's the whole Epic Game Store philosophy, right? What's my philosophy for the Epic Game Store?
Yeah. But it looks, like I say, it's a really nicely animated game. It looks nice. It does look good. And it plays well. It is fun to play. But I guess it depends how far you can get, like you say, without any spending loads of cash.
All right, that's enough of that.
Okay.
No, tell me more about how.
No.
What do you want to know? Dude, does scantily clad
No.
girls?
Everything. I'm good.
He's joking.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh, spun the wheel. Oh, it's Duke.
All right. So after having played a mediocre crafting game, I was looking at my unplayed list on Steam, and because every time I get a new game and I install it because I want to play it soon, I put it into the unplayed category. So anyway, I was looking at it and I realized I have another crafting game. So I'm like, ooh, I can talk about 2 crafting games this week. And this one is a free prologue to a game that they want you to buy. And the idea is you play the prologue, you'll get, addicted, and you'll play the whole game. It's called Scrap Knot. N-A-U-T, not N-O-T. And the premise of this game is it's kind of steampunky, and the idea is that you are a person whose ship has crashed, and you're running around trying to fix it, and the air is toxic. So when you first land, your oxygen meter starts depleting very quickly. So you have to go out, get a tree down, go back in the ship. Go out, knock down a tree, get back in the ship. One of the first things you have to do is and it's top down. So that's a weird thing because so many of these games are isometric or whatever. But on the other hand, it works pretty well.
It is a weird view, isn't it? Top down. You don't get top down that much these days.
It looks like ghosts and ghouls, or there is ghosts and goblins.
If it were top down, yeah. But it's sort of Gauntlet style in the sense that it's
that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, the mechanic is a little odd because, yeah, you are top down. So, hacking down a tree is, you move next to it, you hit the button. There were some annoying things when I first started playing it because it was like, I don't know, the log said, the journal, your quest line said, go to the computer. And I was on my ship. I couldn't leave the ship. So I knew I had to do something on my ship. But I couldn't figure out how to get to the computer. So I'm like, what am I doing? And eventually I realized that I needed to knock down a door that was in the way. So I go to the door and I have my pickaxe and I click on it and it's not doing it. I mean, it hits it, bink, and then that's it. And I hit it again, bink, and I just kept hitting it, bink, 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 bink. There was no evidence that I was making any progress on it. Usually there would be some damage indicator or, you hit it 5 times and it'll crash. I hit it like 30 times. Bink, 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 nothing. Bink, 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 bink. And then I was like so frustrated. I'm like, okay, this is the earliest part of the game. This is obviously what I need to do. What am I doing wrong? So I go and I find a Let's Play. You have to hold the button down to break down the door. I was like, oh, I see. So when I did that, it worked fine. And eventually you get out of the ship and then you find your way to this robot who's like, there have not been humans here for 2 million years, whatever. But there's an oxygen generator here. We just need some scrap to repair it. And fortunately, I've been picking up scrap on the way. So I was like, I have scrap. You can repair the oxygen generator. So you repair it. And then suddenly this part of the map is now easy to breathe. So you don't have to worry about your oxygen meter running out anymore. So presumably it's, sort of like Green Project. You're going to sort of terraform the whole planet. And eventually, I suspect I'm going to farm and garden and all of that stuff. But right now I'm just running around from place to place because I need to set up a camp, and there's a location that the robot marked on the map where you can set up your camp over here. So now I'm headed that way, but I really didn't get a chance to play very much of it. And I'm not giving you a full review because I haven't played it very long. Don't want you to get the wrong idea here, people.
First impressions.
First impressions. That's a good way to put it. Yes, thank you. But it's fun, and it's, the graphics are great, and the mechanics are, aside from me having to figure out how to chop down the door, it's very fluid. The map's solid, but it's not, floating markers for everything. It's not just go to where the thing is pointing. You kind of have to look at your map and be like, okay, I'm going south. So yeah, I'm loving it. It's fun. It's a solid game. It's weird because, you don't get to see the NPCs you're interacting with until you hit, talk. And then they bring it up, like a cutscene. So that's a little weird. I do generally prefer isometric or, that sort of game. But whatever. It's a minor concern at this point.
It looks like a polished game.
Polished. Yeah.
Mm.
Very good.
Scrapknot was the name of that game.
Thumbs
Scrapknot.
up for now. Yep.
Lovely, jubbly. Go on, Stu.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about Mafia Definitive Edition because I've been trying to get this finished this week.
Well, you're so obsessed about finishing games, just like playing for fun.
Well, I am doing, but I wanted to finish it for this week's show. I didn't quite get. I'm 2 chapters off the end, so I'm very close. I'm nearly finished. I'm
Right.
very
Well,
near.
the link that you've got for this game is now dead because it's your link. But
Oh yeah.
you boss
Yeah,
on
it's
your own
just-
Twitch channel, but we don't.
Yeah,
Talk
it's
about
gone out of date. Yeah, so I've been playing this game a lot, and I really, really like it.
it. Now,
Now-
I think I would like this game now.
You would definitely like
This
this
is
game.
my kind of shit.
It is. The other thing, just to mention, it isn't the most original Mafia story.
Let me guess.
See if you can guess the storyline. Go.
They're Italians.
Yeah, there's Italians.
All
yes.
right, got that one. Somebody betrayed someone at some point, and now they got to go get back at him.
Well, there's a lot of that, but they're not always the same person.
Um,
A lot of that stuff going on.
Heartbreaking decision to make about whether his best friend lives or dies.
oh yeah. What about like you come into the family, you know,
Yeah,
they bring
yeah.
you on.
So how
and-
do you end up in the family? See if you can work that out.
I think you're a taxi driver. Yeah, I think you told me that one.
Yeah, you're a taxi driver.
Yeah, so you come into the family, and then somebody you know, or you have to partner with kind of he's a slimy scumbag, and you have to betray him, or they betray you.
Ooh, I think that's about that. That hasn't happened yet.
There's a snooker table in the game.
There is a snooker table. Billiards.
It's too small. It's too small.
But yeah, there's there's definitely something afoot, shall we say? There's been some sort of signals.
What does anybody go? Hey,
Hey,
yeah.
don't just collect this shit.
Oh, hey,
Hey.
stop busting my
Hey.
balls. Does anybody say that?
No.
Hmm.
No, they don't. One thing I will say, the voice acting in this is exceptional.
Top drawer.
It is top draw. The scripting is top draw.
Mafia
the
games
writing-
always have great voice acting in it.
Yeah,
Always
but
do.
I don't know. You know, I didn't. I should have done a link to this, but I don't know what the comparison is to what the original one looked like. But I'm guessing it was pretty
Rough.
like rough because it was from 2002. So this game originally came out a long time ago.
Yeah.
But this game looks amazing. The cutscenes are really well done. There are loading times, but nothing huge. I mean, it's not a long wait between sort of chapters and stuff. It has got increasingly more difficult towards the end.
Yeah.
You know, I'm getting to the stage now where there are so many enemies trying to kill you. I mean, you're getting killed a lot. I mean, I've died. The last level I did just before the show, I must have died 6 or 7 times before I got through it.
Yeah.
And there's just enemies everywhere you look. But the sort of, well, you can see the differences here. But the mapping, the faces, it's top draw.
So this
I
is
mean,
this
there's-
is like a true remake. This is a Resident Evil
Totally.
2, Resident Evil 3
yeah.
because Mafia 1 is an old game at this point.
And I believe I could be wrong, but I think they've got all new voice actors, all new scripts, and everything.
I'd say
I mean,
so,
they've-
yeah. I'd say that.
Yeah, I think they've sort of rebuilt this game from the ground. It's literally just
And
a whole new
I
game.
absolutely love Mafia 2. Like, one of my favourite games ever. So you're right, Stu, to call me out a couple of weeks ago. Why the fuck am I not playing
And you've
this?
got this, haven't you? You can play this.
I've got it somewhere on one of my consoles. Somewhere it's there. I don't know where, but I've got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It is phenomenal, and there's just been one of the missions I've done towards the end of the game was just looked gorgeous, and it was just brilliant. I loved it. I was just like, wow, that it was properly cinematic.
Hmm.
You know, when you say a game's cinematic, well, this took it to a whole other level of cinematic.
and then there's cinematic.
There is, honestly, just the setting, the lighting, what was happening. I was just like, wow, that is impressive.
Hardly Dan wants to know, does anybody get called the Dirty Rat?
I haven't heard that yet. Haven't heard that.
Hmm.
But there's a lot of, I mean, there are some proper mafia moments in this game. You know,
Well, that's
stuff
what you
that
want. This is 2002. Like, you know, it wasn't as sort of trope back then. You know, that's what you wanted.
You know, there was a moment in the game where something happened, and that happens in Mafia 2 as well. There's a moment in that game where I was like, whoa. Did that
Yeah.
just happen? Did that just really happen? There's a similar moment in this game where someone does something to someone. I'm like, wow, that is brutal. You know, when you're like, whoa, they have just done a number on that guy.
Nice.
There are some cool things that I like about it, and I think you just saw one there. Sometimes someone will try and throw a Molotov, and if you give them a headshot before it just goes up in the air and lands back on them. And I'm like, I like that. You know, it's a bit like was it Gears of War where you used to shoot the gas tank on the back of the flamethrower?
You could
What
do
game was that?
Division. You could do that.
Yeah, and that was always really satisfying, you know, when they exploded. Well, this is a similar sort of feeling, you know, when you manage just to shoot them just as they're about to throw the Molotov and they just drop it on themselves. But yeah, it's really, really good. Totally recommend it, Chinny. You should definitely play
It's
this
definitely
game.
my type of shit, innit?
I've not been disappointed. I've want to just get on to the next chapter.
Looks great.
know,
Looks great.
And it's
I
got
should be playing it.
Bags and bags and bags of atmosphere.
Life's short, Stu. I need to be getting on with these games.
You do, and I'd have to say I don't think this game is that big a sort of commitment. You know, it's not a huge game.
No.
It's not a huge game.
No.
And
But I like mafia stuff. I like
You'd love it. You
criminal.
would
I
love
like
it.
crime genre, mafia, noir. Like this is all me. I love all this shit.
And the city's beautiful. I mean, it looks incredible.
Yeah.
I really am amazed at how good this game looks. It just looks phenomenal. And like I say, I love everything about it. The story's good and everything. It's a lot of fun to play. Just play it now, Chinny. Do it now.
I will.
Because you are gonna love it.
I'm gonna get off the show. Bye.
As soon as you get off this show, load it up, and get it done.
I've got to be up at 5 in the morning, so I can't.
Fuck that. Just sort of play it all night till you have to go to work.
Fine. I'll do it.
Just do that. Just do it. But yeah, I think you're gonna love it. Duke, I think you'd like this as well, but it's a while since you played a game like this.
Yeah, it is. I got Red Dead. That's the open world game I ought to be playing.
This isn't open world. It is, but it really isn't.
Okay, fine. That's the game with guns that I ought to be playing.
Yeah. So anyway, that's it. I'm not talking anymore, and I'll have finished it by tomorrow. I'm gonna have finished.
Lovely jubbly.
I'm so close to the end. So it's good. It's very good.
All right, I'll speed through a couple of mine. I've been playing a little bit of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake.
Yesterday or
Yeah.
last week.
This
Last time we talked.
game's fucking hard, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to unlock the Roswell level on this, and I'm not doing very well. So I'm getting there, though. I'm getting there. I just feel like maybe the will isn't there to do it. But it is one of those. It is a very sort of pick up and play. You know, if I'm not feeling it, I can just carry on and play something else. So I'm not like doing my thing. I'm like, right, I'm gonna play it to the end and you know, I'm failed as a gamer if I don't finish it. It is a very sort of like, well, you know, I fancy just playing something for like 10 minutes and have a go on this, get a few goals. I'm not trying to speed through it. But yeah, it's rough. Like I'm struggling, but I've been progressing every time I play it, so that's not too bad. I've also played another game today that's new on the Game Pass.
Okay.
It's called Hot Shots Racing.
Okay. I remember playing Hot Shots Golf a while ago.
No, this is Hot Shot Racing. So this...
The same, like, company?
I don't know.
Is it
No,
kind
I
of
don't think it has anything to do with that.
No, I don't think it... Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's a PS4 exclusive.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not.
So this is kind of like... Remember what racing games were like in the PlayStation 1, Nintendo 64 era, where you had checkpoints and... You know, the Mario Kart system of you've got 4 races, you've got a bunch of characters, different kind of cars, and you've just got to win, pretty much, and you've got to boost. And the whole thing with this game is if you get drift, you gain boost, and then you use your boost. It's fine. It's not bad in any way. The art style is low poly art, or as I call it, lazy art, because I feel like you can do low poly well and make it look really cool. But I also think, you know, low poly, inside would be classed as low poly, right? Where it's not fully rendered stuff, but it's atmospheric and it's got a little more flavour to it. Whereas this is just, I don't know, they've kind of knocked it out really. It's certainly a style, but I don't think it's a style that I particularly care about. It just kind of looks a little bit lazy to me. Yeah, and that's pretty much what it is. But the problem with this, you know, it harkens back to those PlayStation 1 kind of games, the Nintendo 64 kind of games. But there's a reason why we moved on, and I feel like games like Burnout and Need for Speed quickly worked out that formula gets old quickly, right? So Burnout was like, well, what would be fun is if, you know, crashes and takeouts and like takedowns or whatever they're fucking called, and then or if like stop and get a takeout. Takedowns, just barely missing oncoming traffic gains you like points and boost and all this sort of stuff. Burnout figured that out pretty quickly, and that was still in the same era, pretty much in the same generation. And Need for Speed was like, well, what if we add like cops and robbers to this formula? And what if we do this? And what if that? And I think there is a cops and robbers minigame in this, but it's not like on the forefront of what this game's supposed to be. So I feel like it's like, hey, remember these kind of games? But the answer to that is yeah.
Well, I wish I didn't remember it.
Yeah, I remember these, and it's fun for like an hour. I played it for an hour. I finished most of the races, and I think I'm done with it. It's over. You know, there's more to it. There's unlockables. There's all sorts of things you can, you know, get like in-game money and unlock this spoiler for that. There's lots of things in there. You can unlock outfits for your little characters. All the characters have little one-liners. My character was called Aston, and he was a British person, so Aston Martin kind of thing. And he was like, you know, I can't believe I'm doing this on my gap year, you know, and all that. So it's all kind of silly, but it's not enough. And I feel like if this was more Burnout and less whatever the fuck this is, then it would be okay. I feel like they if they got inspired by Burnout more, if they went more Burnout on it, I'd be singing high praises about it. But it's just lacking a little extra substance to it. There's just like a couple of.
Good when there were no options, but now that we've got options.
Yeah, we got way more, and it being pretty and colourful isn't enough to grab anyone. You know, it needs to be sillier or crazier, and the physics aren't very good. You know, the thing with Burnout is the physics are great, and the crashes are spectacular. Whereas, you know, it feels really sort of sluggish to bump into somebody. You know, I don't know. It doesn't, and you know, the whole sort of drag system to kind of get boost is very precarious at best. I didn't quite get my head around it. So no, Hot Shot Racing is a no. It's on Game Pass, so if people do kind of, if I've said things that you go, yeah, I actually quite fancy going back and seeing what that's like, I wouldn't recommend it, but it certainly is. I would say it's kind of well made, but did it need to get made, or did they go far enough with it? Is what I would say about Hot Shot Racing. So those are I have got one more game, but I'll let whoever's next go next.
Yeah, have you finished, Duke? Have you got anything else?
I will say one thing that we had a person who tweeted at me and said, kind of out of nowhere, hang on a second, I wrote down the name so I could remember it when it was time for shout-outs. Will Plays 16. I don't know if anybody knows that person, but he said, hey, Duke, I know you played a lot of Rust back in the day. Is that game still good? And I was like, yeah, it's still good. And that reminds me, I haven't played it in a while. So I reinstalled Rust, and I'm playing it, and it's, you know what, that game is good. You know, you
love that game.
A good PvE server where you don't have to worry about getting killed by other humans. And yeah, it's a great game. I love it. So,
what is Rust these days?
It's very beautiful. You remember when we played it, the graphics weren't great.
It looked like shit.
Right, but it doesn't look like that anymore. It is a very beautiful game now. And most of the time, it's getting killed on sight by people who just want to murder people with nothing. But like I said, you find a good PvE server, and it's, you know, you run around, you build stuff, and it's got a lot of technology in it now. So you can get, God, you can build like alarm systems and turrets and all these wiring options, and they've got, you know, logic gates and all sorts of stuff going on in the. There's a lot I haven't even learned how to do in the game because there's so many different objects now. When I play it, I'm opening barrels and I'm like, what does this even do? So, you know, it's adding a lot of functionality. Now, what I used to love about Rust was, you know, kind of hunting pigs in order to get fuel, and that's not as much a thing anymore because now there's barrels with fuel in it. So if you need fuel, you can just break barrels and get the fuel that way, which, you know, is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but there was a satisfaction in killing a pig and getting the animal fat and turning that into fuel. So, whatever.
Very
Okay.
good. I mean, you see, I all I can remember is Fraser fishing. For
Yeah.
people. That is the one when anyone ever mentions Rust these days.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I think of is Fraser setting traps for people in his house with his door open. As soon as he walked in, he got trapped.
People play. Yeah, a lot of people do that when they play this game. It's never been my thing, so, you know, whatever. But if you like,
made me laugh.
the
Made me
gold
laugh a lot though.
Yeah.
Oh, bless. I've just got one more thing to talk about, right? Which is talking of Burnout Paradise.
Yeah.
I'm playing Forza Burnout Horizon 3.
Yeah.
I made a bit of a boob with this game, if I'm being totally honest. Because now it's been removed because of licensing stuff, because there's a lot of licensed music in it. So it's no longer available to buy. What I didn't realize is nothing connected to the game is now available. So I didn't get the Blizzard mounting, and I didn't get the Hot Wheels add-on stuff, which was probably really cheap as well. So I could have probably got both of those for pretty inexpensive.
So this game isn't available now?
No, you can't buy it at all. No, you can't get it anywhere.
Oh.
Apart from on disc. You can get it on disc. But obviously, digitally, it's not available anywhere anymore.
Because of the music?
Because of the music licensing. Yeah, the licenses for the music ran out.
So dumb.
I know. It's just the way it is. There's just a.
When you think about like GTA 5 is like 7 years old and it's got a ton of music in it.
If you own it, there's no issue if you've already bought it, and you can obviously.
No, I
still play
know.
it.
Yeah,
If you
I know.
delete it, you can still re-download it, but.
They must
so,
look
yeah,
at the
I would-
numbers. They must look at the numbers and go, "This ain't fucking worth it." Like,
I think you forget how old this game is now.
yeah,
it's about
quite
4 or 5
yeah,
years
it's 4
old.
or 5 years.
something.
So that's what I'm saying. They must look at the numbers of how many
it's not
people are
worth-
buying
it's not
this.
worth renewing the
And
license.
they go, no one's gonna fucking buy it anyway.
No,
so,
they must get the license for 5 years or something,
yeah.
and then it's like, it doesn't matter if no one's playing it anymore. But do you know what? I love it. I absolutely love this game.
Would you not be tempted with Horizon 4 as well?
No, you see, I'm not that interested in it because it's in the UK. Whereas this is a bit exotic because it's in Australia and everything's... And you're still on the right side of the road.
Says the man who played Flight Simulator and flew over his house immediately. So
Exactly. But do you know what, though? Yeah, but there's a difference, right? And the only reason I know this is...
you're on the ground.
I've actually played Forza Horizon 4, and although it's supposedly all of the UK, it isn't really.
No.
There's only certain parts of the UK available.
Well, this
so it's not...
probably isn't all of Australia.
No,
then.
but I don't care about that because I don't live in Australia, so it makes no difference to me. But I love it. I absolutely love it. It's so much fun to play. That it's just crazy. It's like you were saying, you get points for every time you have a close shave, and then it chains all those points together. Then you can buy new cars, and you can buy all these stupid cars and stuff. And oh man, I just wish I'd have got all of it. Like all the stuff. So that's when I was like, I'm really enjoying this. I'm going to see this Blizzard Mountain sounds fun. Nope. So it allows you to go to it, like it goes to the store, and then it's like, not available. I'm like, shit.
So that probably hasn't been available for a while then.
No, they'd all got taken down at the same time, which is only about 3 weeks ago.
Oh, 3 weeks.
So I bought this literally just before it got taken, because they discounted it to like £6.
Yeah.
So it costs nothing. And I've had so much more than my £6 worth for this game.
Wasn't it on Game Pass though? Don't you have Game Pass?
No, they've got Forza Horizon 4's on Game Pass, but this isn't.
Oh, okay.
This isn't because it's gone. I've told you, it's not available.
No, was it
anywhere.
on Game Pass before?
I think so. At some point, it probably will have been. I assume.
Okay.
But wow, this is honestly. I mean, I'm gonna play for. I mean, Hardly Dan's like, oh, I like the season changes it for. I will play that probably at some point because that is on Game Pass. But this I love it. Absolutely, I can't get enough of it. And there's just stupid stuff I'll do for ages just to see if I can better it. So there's like speed traps. So they have speed traps which you like how fast you go in a certain stretch of road. Then they have speed cameras dotted around, and obviously you get like rated on how fast you go through a speed camera. Which sounds simple, but it's not because there's fucking loads of cars on the road all the time.
Yeah.
So you're trying to go as fast as you can, and then a car will come around the corner just as you're about to hit it, and then you hit the car instead. But I love it. You get all the custom paint jobs for free. A lot of custom paint jobs are free, so you can put whatever you want on your car and stuff. Honestly, I can't get enough of it. I love it. And sort of as you unlock stuff, like you unlock more events. So you start off with one event, then you unlock another event, and then that unlocks more races, and each race is kind of cool. Some are off-road, some are on-road. Honestly, it's just brilliant. It's such a
It's
good
not
game.
like you to play something so old.
I know, but do you know what? It looks gorgeous. You know, if you ask me when this came out, I'd be like, I don't know, it could have come out this year. It looks that good.
Well, yeah,
Like,
car games usually do, don't they?
Yeah. But everything about it, environments, sort of the weather, you know, when it's raining, it just looks amazing. It just looks, the skies look phenomenal, the scenery's phenomenal, and it's kind of exotic. You know, you've got all these beautiful, like, coloured seas, and some races are along the beach.
Yeah.
It just looks amazing, and
Yeah.
it plays really well. The physics are great, and it's arcadey enough that I like it.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
can't do simulator. And
No, don't
No.
give me no proper Forza. But this, I can play this all day long. I don't know whether multiplayer is actually working anymore. That might not even work anymore. I don't know. But I can imagine if you were playing this with a bunch of friends, it would be a lot of fun.
a lot of fun.
I see you a lot. You're in the game a lot, Chinny.
Oh well, yeah, that's
You're in the
understandable.
game as a driver tar,
Yeah.
Chinny, whatever. Yeah, but it's great. Honestly, I can't recommend it to anyone because no one can get it anymore unless
Yeah.
you got it on the disc.
You just rub it in their face now.
I know.
Screw you.
If you never played this, you missed out because
Screw
this
you.
game
You
is
fucked up.
so much fun.
You fucked up.
So much fun.
All right. That's enough talking about a game that no one can play if they haven't got it. So
no one can play anymore because you can't get it. It was great.
I've been playing a new game. It's new.
Go on.
Go on.
This game's
Go on.
new. And Stu isn't going to be a big fan of this, but Duke,
on.
Oh.
I think you would enjoy this game.
Go on.
The game is Valorant.
Oh, I played it.
I
Did you
don't
play
know.
it? Sorry.
Yeah, I played it maybe last week, maybe the week before.
Yeah, no, you've been told to play it, haven't you?
Well, I needed to find something I could play with DI.
Yep.
And by the way, I got more beef to pick with DI, but whatever. We don't need to
You
talk
think?
Anyway, yeah. So
Uh,
I played it.
So I was on. I was sitting where I am sitting, probably this time yesterday, and I was just finishing a few things, and I'm like, I'm gonna play some video games, right? And then just as I said that, Fraser from the Seal podcast messaged me saying, Mike, why don't we play video games together anymore? And I was like, well, I'm free now. Let's do it. What are you playing? And he was like, we're all playing Valorant. We're addicted. We love it. I was like, well, I don't know. Okay, fine. I will download it. It's not a big download. I think it's like 4 gig or 7 gig or some shit. I'll download it. What I know about Valorant is that it's Counter-Strike with Overwatch.
Exactly.
And I played it, and it's Counter-Strike with a little bit of Overwatch in there.
Yeah.
Made by Riot Games, so they made League of Legends, which did all right. So
Yeah.
Riot Games have got cash. They've got money. They don't fuck about. Very much a kind of a Blizzard situation or a Valve situation where they've just got oodles of cash coming in, and they can just absolutely just spend as long as they want making this shit and polishing it. And I tell you what, fuck me, this game is very addictive.
Yeah.
Because when I heard Counter-Strike, I was like, I'd never really got on with CSGO. I never got on with Counter-Strike. I like Overwatch, but I never had a group of people to play it with. I know Pete played it, but I never really played it with him. Never got a sense of community around it. I feel like if I had like 3-4 people that I chatted to, that I played Overwatch with, I would love it, but never really took off for me. So, I jumped in with Fraser and crew, and it is very overwhelming the first time you jump in any multiplayer game. But when you're jumping into a multiplayer game where you don't know the maps, you don't know the characters, because before, Duke, you know this, before it was just a case of new multiplayer game, just get to know the weapons, get to know the maps.
Oh, sure.
Now, it's like, get to know the weapons, get to know the maps, get to know the abilities, get to know the characters, get to know the purchase system, get to know the game time. I'm like, fucking hell. And then you've got...
Played CSGO, you know the purchase system.
Well,
the
yeah.
thing about is that most people who come to them have a lot of knowledge from games that are similar. So they want to give those people new stuff. But those of us who don't know those systems, we have to learn those and the new stuff.
Yeah. I think it does a good job, though, of... Because I luckily I had Fraser and Neil and Dave and Matt to kind of guide me through it, and said, like, pick, I think the character that I played is Phoenix, and he's the most sort of like
the guy with the fire.
The guy with the fire. He's kind of like the most straight character. Do you know what I mean? He's just like down the line. You know what you're gonna get. Your abilities are pretty simple to get your head around. You've got like instead of grenades, you have like fireballs, and one of them does damage, and the other ones is like a flash fireball, but you can only bend it around corners. It's like it took me a while, and Fraser said, just play with them, just throw them down, all right, and just keep buying them and throwing them down until you get your head around it. And like, when they would say this and they would say that, and they go, okay guys, rotate, and they'd all move to the next base, and I'm still on base A, going, where did everybody fucking go? And Neil was like,
when I said this, they were like, oh, I'll meet you in the showers. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
I have no idea where you are.
Well, they said rotate, and apparently rotate is a term that all people use now to move to one. If you're attacking B, go to A or whatever. And I don't know, right? So I'm stood at A, going, where the fuck did everybody go? All right, everybody's at B, brapping everybody up. So there's a lot to learn, a lot to take in. It is pretty brutal, though. I mean, it is. You get a headshot, you're dead.
Well, and you generally speaking, when you find somebody and you exchange fire with them, one of you is going to die pretty quickly.
One of you's going to die pretty quickly. So that works both ways, So if you just get the jump on them slightly and you've got a decent aim, you'll get them.
What I can't do well with yet in the game, and I haven't played it a whole lot, but somebody puts down one of them clouds,
yes,
to cover up the smoke bombs or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just going to stay the hell away from that whole area. I'm not going anywhere near it.
Yeah, that's right.
I should be able to navigate it, but nope.
Yeah, I think, I was getting to grips with the Phoenix character. I know he's a basic bitch when it comes to the characters, but I was getting used to him. I was, and you can...
For a player to do is to play with a basic character.
But like, I had these flashbangs, but you can only bend them round corners. But I was starting to use them, But the problem is you can flashbang your friends as well, so they can be a bit tricky. But when you get it, it works great, So it's not. I was getting inklings of like, oh, this is quite good. You know what I mean? Like, I'm playing it. I'm like, this is all right. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying Valorant. I think I will play more of it with my new cap on. My new cap of like, hey, I'm not enjoying it. I ain't fucking playing this no more.
It means more when you do keep playing a game.
Multiplayer games are a bit different as well because they're like, you're playing them with friends. Right. You can hold out a little bit longer. But yeah, I think I would never play it on my own. But I had to make a Riot account and all that shit. But I'm into it. I like it.
Glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah, Valorant is good. It's super slick, super polished. It's CS:GO, Overwatch. It's pretty blatant about it as well,
Yeah.
But like that kind of it's the Counter-Strike system of you got to plant a bomb or defend the bomb.
Right. As I said, it was probably last time. It's the type of thing where if you can just kill all the enemies or they kill all of your team, then
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about the bomb. So
That's
the
right.
bomb, in a way, is not essential to the game. It just adds another part of it.
Yeah,
Because once
it's a
you
great
miss the bomb,
distraction as well. The bomb.
the clock is ticking, and it's like it compresses. It's sort of the original shrinking circle. You know what
Yes.
I mean, it makes people go to that spot.
Yeah, that's right. Because we played a death match to just kind of get my bearings. Because I think because I was new, I wasn't allowed in other games and stuff like that. So they let me have a sort of play around in a death match, and I was just getting used to the weapons and stuff. But it is dull, like playing a death match. But when I played the I think it's like, I don't know what it's called. It's just the normal mode. There's another one. Yeah, plant the spike. There is a spike rush as well, which I think is a quicker version of it. But yeah, when I played it, it lasted about half an hour. It was good. It was really, really good. I enjoyed it.
You're playing this on the PC then?
Playing this on the PC, I don't think it's I don't think it's available on anything else, is it? Or is
No,
it?
I don't think so. I was just curious.
Yeah, I think it's only on the PC. And
It's interesting. You're seeing your allies through the walls, which I
Yeah.
don't remember being able to see.
yeah, it does that kind of Left 4 Dead thing. There's a lot of clever UI stuff. So when you flashbang somebody, No, I don't think so.
Maybe I'm just blind.
When you
Maybe I don't-
flash when you flashbang someone, you see like a little glowy symbol above their head. You flashbang. There's like these little really subtle things that it does where you don't even think about it, and you're like, yeah, I know what that means. And the Overwatch does it as well, and it's very cool. I like it. So, Fraser, he turned a corner because Fraser held on to PUBG for a long, long time, and
Let go of it.
so he says most days he wakes up, he plays a bit of PUBG, and then he gets on with his day. And
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he still probably plays.
No. These days he's changed it
Has
to
he
Valorant.
given up? Has he completely given it
I don't think given up is the right term. I think he's moved on, because given up would imply that he hasn't had his fulfillment of PUBG. I think Fraser's.
I think Fraser's had more than his fulfillment of PUBG.
Yeah, so I think he's at a point now where I think he's just moving on to something new. And I like it, and I miss playing with those guys. I always played PUBG. I played many hours with them, and so it was good to sort of chat to them again. And I said to them, I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. I can play this again. And they even joked and said, is there any point adding Mike as a friend on this fucking system, because he'll just abandon the game after a week.
Wow. There's no commitment there. They don't believe you.
No, well, they're probably true. They're probably bang on.
It is probably right.
Yeah,
probably right.
but no, I like it. Valorant is really, really good. I enjoyed it. Why I like this and not Counter-Strike, I don't know. Maybe Counter-Strike is just a little bit too quick, a little bit too.
And it's the UI in Counter-Strike. It's not bad. It just doesn't feel as fun. It's itself kind of seriously, and I don't mean that in a bad way necessarily, so much as I mean it in a way that's like, I don't even know how to describe it.
It just seems very serious, and this has fun with the power ups and things like that. There's a little bit more tools to play with, and it's all, it's all kind of quite cute to look at. It's like a Pixar animation, basically. I like it. I really, really like this game. Valorant. There you go.
Yeah, it's
Very good.
My name on Riot, whatever the fucking Riot thing's called, is Chin Chinny 007, which makes me James Bond, by the way.
Wow.
Wow. I didn't know what to call it, so I just called it that.
Yeah, I just named it.
Yeah, so that's my name on the Riot thing. Add me on there if you want, but I don't know how it works, so good luck with that.
Good luck with that. Rainy Lamb in the chat says, hello, evening, guys.
You know who Rainy Lamb is?
No, I didn't.
Rainy Lamb is the Virtual Snooker 19 World Champion.
Goodness great. What is going on with Snooker 19 people tonight?
I don't know. They're all in.
Hello, Rainy Lamb. The reigning.
I have been getting, because I haven't done any live streams on snooker for a long time. I haven't done any live streams on random games for a long time. People have been saying, "Are you dead, Mike?" I was like, I don't know. I've been playing snooker in real life. That's something I've been doing, and
see, snooker tables are open again.
And going away to Cornwall and stuff.
Eden, big giant greenhouses.
Yeah, so not been around.
Greenhouses.
So that's it, Valorant. I like it. I will play more of it.
Very good. I think that's it for stuff we've been playing. Is it pretty much?
Yeah.
So we've got an email, so let's do that.
Lovely. Email.
Email. Duke.
Sorry,
Whoa, that ruled.
Yep, slick as always. I'm impressed with that. Anyway,
Nice.
nice. We have got an email, and it's from our new regular emailer of the show,
Ooh.
Jacinta.
oh snap!
And she says this. She says it's Skyforge.
Okay.
Skyforge. Hey, boys.
Hey.
Hello.
Yeah, see, we're her boys now. We're her boys. That's what we are. Before you get excited, Duke, I'm not talking about Skyforge in Skyrim.
Should be.
But more on that later. So, I took your advice and I bought the trackball mouse. The reasons it was $120 was because it had to be wireless, and I wanted the Logitech one. Oh, and our dollar is a tad shit. It's $99 recommended retail price.
Yeah, it is.
Anyways, it's pretty nifty to use whilst on the couch, but I was still getting some arm pain, so I've given it a bit of a rest. I still have a normal mouse at work, so I might just be residual pain from the day, which is possible. It is possible with using that all day at work. I figure I'm going to take it to work and see if that helps. So not too disappointed. Well, hopefully it does. Hopefully it does. Anyways, I gave up on Neverwinter as a combat uses a reticle, and I find that a bit weird in an MMO.
Yeah.
And I just got a bit lost in the weird complexity of it all. But I still have that MMO type itch, and just don't have the emotional energy to play The Last of Us 2 right now. I have heavy narrative avoidance disorder. Is that a thing? I've never heard of that before, but I like it. I
think she's maybe making something up, but that's okay. I
That's
could be
okay.
wrong.
It makes it sounds good.
Yeah.
So I downloaded Skyforge,
What is that?
an FTP game on PC, PS4, and Xbox.
Free to play.
Yeah, well, look, Genshin, man, that's where you need to be at. That's free to play and that's fun. I was really hesitant and haven't touched the game until now, as it has a fucking terrible reputation. Like, I mean, absolute trash. Particularly on Reddit. Apparently, all pay to win and shitty grind at end game. But so far, I'm absolutely loving it.
Once again, I'll say this: like the complaints about the end game overlook they often overlook the 50 hours of awesomeness that's free before you get to the end game. So who cares?
Yeah. This is similar. I'm assuming Genshin Impact's going to be similar. I'll probably get a load of hours in before it finally goes. Yeah, get your hand in your pocket.
Yeah.
But anyway, it has a really fun and fluid combat, streamlined controls and skills, and the UI isn't too cluttered with bullshit like so many other MMOs. The best way I could describe it would be like Destiny 2 if it had a third-person action RPG combat. And the graphics are also gorgeous while still having a decent frame rate on PS4. Some of the quest dialogue and voice acting are a bit cliched, but that's fairly standard for the genre.
It is.
I am hoping it doesn't lose its shine anytime soon and become a boring grind fest, though again, that's kind of standard for the genre. So, I have a rather mundane question.
Okay, hit us.
What is a game you really liked despite it having trash scores and or a bad reputation? So let's see what you say first, and then she'll say what she thinks we would have said.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I feel like there's one on the top of my tongue, but I can't think of what it is.
Okay. Any ideas? Chinny, anything from you? Any games that has terrible scores?
Easy
Yeah,
question.
Go.
CSI.
Oh yeah, you love that. And the Sherlock Holmes games, to be fair, you like them as well, don't
I like the CSI ones better, and there's another one. CSI was made by the same people that made The Walking Dead, so I kind of like to think that I was ahead of the game, seeing the talent that there was there. But anyway, CSI. But what's the CSI the show when that was all the rage?
Yeah.
What was the kind of copy of CSI? Remember it?
Not really.
Duke?
Nope, sorry.
So CSI came out, everybody loved it, and everybody loved that show. It was kind of like a late noughties kind of phenomenon, CSI. But then there was NCIS.
Oh yeah.
Hardly Dan got it in the chat. And that had a game, and it was awful. But I like it.
I was just gonna say, but the but the CSI games were awful, but you like them.
But this is like this is like the B version of the CSI game.
Wow, so this is a whole other level of
Yeah, this is like the CSI games game, but like bad, but like this one's like worse, you know, and that's this one, and I played it, and I loved it. I loved it. CSI. Yeah. What do you moisturize it? Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Actually, the graphics don't hold up too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, but NCIS, yeah, love those games. Don't know why.
Jealous? Me? Of course not. You sure? Because you sound jealous. I'm doing the voice.
You had to they would put the car in evidence, and you'd have to look around the car. I'll tell you one moment in the CSI game I got stuck on, right? And I was like, fucking hell, I never would have thought of that, right? You go into this house, right? And I don't know what, but you suspect the girl that lives there, right? You with me? You with me?
Yeah.
So you go to the house, you suspect the girl there, so you got to look around, you got to swap some stuff. So this girl, I say girl, woman, is a lesbian, right? She's openly gay.
Okay, yeah.
She's lesbian.
moisturizes.
She moisturizes probably, or doesn't. Whatever. No, but she doesn't because she's a lesbian. So it's the opposite, right? Anyway,
I think you need to be careful.
well, that's my point. With the whole, yeah. There you go. Right. So she's lesbian or Lebanon, whatever you want to call her, right? And then you go into her house, and you go into. She's got like some weird, like hut or something at the back of her garden. You're like, that's weird. Let's have a look over there. It's kind of like a sexy room. When you go in there, you go, all right, okay. Search around in there. You find a condom in there.
Okay.
And you're like, what's a lesbian doing with a condom? All right. And then you have to swab the condom, right? So you find out who the DNA is, and you can go from this crime scene because they're waiting around in the house. Then you can go there back to base, and then you go back to the house. They're still waiting around. I don't know what they're doing, but that's the game. And so you analyze the DNA, and it was like, there's something missing. I can't progress anymore, and it was taking me ages. And I'm like, I cannot do it. I do not know what to do. Yeah. I didn't swab the outside of the condom.
Oh Jesus!
And I was like, of course. I swabbed the inside, but not the outside. And I love that, because I was like, I didn't think of that. And it's a stupid CSI game that everybody hates, but I loved it. And you figure out the crimes, and you look at the things, and you find little compartments in the cars, and there's a gun here. I gotcha.
I really think at this point, Jacinta wishes she'd never asked.
It's a great game. It's a great game.
I really do. Duke, has anything come to you?
Simpson skateboarding, I think, is the one.
Okay.
Everybody hates it. It's fine. Haters gonna hate.
There you go. For me, it has to be Evolve, because I love that game, and everybody hated it universally, apart from me, I think. I really enjoyed Evolve. I really like that.
Stu is the one saying, "Oh well, the new Call of Duty's not great. Let's go play Evolve."
Yeah, I was trying. Nobody played it though, hardly. But I really enjoyed it. I liked how it worked, and I liked being the heavy in it. And raining that fire down on the creature.
Well, everybody liked being the heavy. That was the problem. It was boring for the other players.
I never ever wanted to be the creature.
Oh, okay.
Some people absolutely love being the creature, but I was like, that is not my bag at all. So yeah, I never wanted to be the creature. But I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great fun for the time that people were playing it.
Let's go play Evolve.
Yeah, and then it didn't last very long, and everyone's like, this game's terrible.
It is the game that killed Left 4 Dead, basically, because those types of games were all the rage, and they were all kind of kicking up, like Payday was that kind of stuff, and And then this came out, and every developer went, "Fuck that! Well, let's just make Destiny clones."
Yeah, yeah. But it was pretty good. It's pretty good. Anyway, let's see what Jacinta thought we'd say.
Go ahead.
I'm not sure why I'm even asking this because Duke will probably say Quantum of Solace.
Oh, that is class. No, people didn't hate that. They just
Yes,
weren't
he
wrong.
did.
I love that game. I love that game.
No, but he didn't do very well critically, did he?
Okay, what do you think it has on Metacritic, Stu?
I don't know, about 70.
Oh, the 70 means people hate it. You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, they do.
No, that does not mean.
That's like a
people-
good
what
score.
What did it actually got? That's only my guess. He might not have that.
But if you think it's got 70%, that's a good score.
That's a decent score.
Mediocre at best. It's
That's all right. You know what? That's,
50% is mediocre. But that's
yeah.
But what has he got?
I don't know. I'm not looking at
Well, you were asking that, right? Well, I'll have a bloody look. Let's have a look. For God's sake. Jesus Christ.
Metacritic is
I know you think-
65%.
Oh, that's even worse. It's terrible. That's a terrible game.
Quick
I
math.
don't think that qualifies as everybody hated it.
Everyone hated it. What's the user score? Who's the user score?
No one cares.
Yeah, because those are trustworthy.
Yeah, it's probably higher, to be fair.
The user score is 7, actually.
There you go. You see, it's better. Quantum of Solace and Section 8.
Oh yeah, Section 8. Now that's a game everybody hated.
Yeah, Section 8. Yeah, Duke love that game for whatever reason.
Section 8.
Chinny will pipe up with something vaguely unpopular, like, I don't know, Snooker 19.
A lot of people like Snooker 19 who like snooker.
Yeah. Or Halo Wars.
I did think about saying Halo Wars, but that was also like.
I think that actually did all right on
Yeah.
the critics front, didn't it? And the
Well,
people
why
who
don't I have a
loved it,
fucking look?
played it liked it.
Or something.
No, I think that did.
I
Really
think it.
well.
I think it was more like 81%, but whatever.
Yeah, I think it had 85. I'm going.
No, it's actually no. It is. I was making a joke. It is 81%.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Get you. But yeah, I think people who like that sort of thing really liked it. And Stu can probably just go with Deadly Premonition, Heavy Rain, or some other such nonsense. Actually, I went in with Evolve. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. Well, you were kind of.
You were wrong, but I almost did say
You were.
Halo Wars.
Just into PS. I now have a baby belly.
Ooh.
It gets in the way of my controller, but it's not yet quite big enough to actually set my controller on top of.
It'll get there.
Conundrum.
It'll get there.
Yeah, you know what? I think baby bellies are good for putting your tea on. You know, if you like want to sit in front of the telly and watch the TV, you just stick the plate on top of your baby belly.
Why do you have one without being pregnant?
I do. I have a baby belly. I know how to use one of them. I've got a food baby.
Deadly Premonitions Metascore. Deadly Premonitions Metacritic score is 68.
Better than Quantum of Solace. In your face.
No, you know what? That's because people are like,
In your face.
It's so interesting. That's a stupid score.
Some people just want to watch the world burn.
In your face.
They want other people to be miserable while they play games.
Yeah, there was another game I was trying to think of, but I can't remember what the hell it's called. The one where you shoot all the bugs. What was that called? You know what I mean, don't you?
Yeah.
Defense Force?
Earth Defense Force, that's it.
Earth Defense Force. I quite like that as well.
That was a good
You
game.
know-
I mean, there's like 10 of them, so it depends on which one.
Yeah,
you play.
yeah. Earth Defense Force. That was pretty good fun. Yeah, it was just like run from one area to another, shooting as many animals as possible.
There's Earth Defense Force 2 2017, which was made in 2007, which is quite confusing.
Yes, it is.
There's Earth Defense Force 2025, which was made in 2014. It's all very confusing. They all get 68%.
Yeah, they do all right. They're all quite fun games to play.
Yeah,
They're pretty much mindless fun, aren't they?
They had their moments.
They're a bit like, what was that film Storm thingy, Stormtroopers or whatever, Starship Troopers?
Starship Troopers, you got it.
Starship Troopers, a bit like that, the game.
Yeah.
Kind of fun. And that's it for emails, but we have got a speak pipe. I believe.
Ooh.
Oh, snap. Speak pipe, baby.
Pipe! It's the way to leave a message
it's
for
crap.
us.
This week's speak pipe comes to us from Derek Signs. How about that? He never speak pipes. Oh, wait, he always speak pipes. We love it. Thank you, Derek.
I'm coming.
Here is the speak pipe.
Hello, veteran gamers. It's Derek Scenes back again. I've been looking online at the game Baldur's Gate 3 this week.
Oh yeah.
It's a game I am interested in, but apparently the version that's out at the moment is just an alpha build, a preview, whatever you want to call it. But they are charging people full price to access it and play it. And in my mind, that means you're getting thousands, maybe millions of people to test the game for you.
Yep.
And charging them for the privilege. It's a
much.
game that may not be out for another year, 18 months, maybe 2 years, who knows? I'm not sure they've given an exact date. But do you think it's a bit of a con, charging people to do that sort of thing? I know you get to play the game, but it's going to be buggy, it's going to be a bit of a mess, it's not going to be playing properly, and it's obviously not going to be the finished game, the polished game. But do you think they should be maybe just charging a very much reduced fee, maybe 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds instead of what they're charging? And have you yourself ever taken part in such a thing? You ever played a preview game and paid for the privilege? And do you think you ever might do that? But that's it, so keep on game.
Thank you, Derek. The way I see it, I mean, this is basically early access in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Now, the difference with Baldur's Gate 3 is that the first 2 games have a huge cult following. So there's a huge level of anticipation here, which is why they thought, I assume, hey, we can charge full price for an alpha build and people will play it, will pay it because they want to play it. I don't know if I have an opinion about whether that makes sense or not, because it's not stupid on the part of the developers. And, you know, if you're eager enough to play, then, you know, you have the money, you know, I think you might enjoy it. But for me, I wouldn't do that with this kind of game because it's all about the story, and presumably the story's not very well developed yet, right?
Yeah, my personal thoughts on this is, you know, as long as they're very clear on what you're getting yourself into and what you're paying for, then it's up to that person to decide whether they want to pay the cash or not, isn't it?
Sure.
And if they're happy to pay out that money and play it, then I don't see the problem. In my opinion, it's like you said, it's early access. Is, you know, they don't. If you're gonna get the complete game at the end of early access, sometimes you get a bit of a bonus because you do get it slightly cheaper, but I don't think it really matters.
That would be very nice for the developers to do. I think that should be standard. If you support an early access, you deserve something extra. It doesn't have to be anything big, just a little thank you gift in the game of some kind. Like, you know, I was into Rust way before it hit 1.0. So I got to see it change and evolve and develop. And oh, speaking of evolve, that game was great.
Oh, good game. It was a good game.
We could all just play Evolve.
Let's just go
Good
play it.
if we could.
You know, and I think, yeah, I mean, in a game like Rust, part of the fun is like every week, like, okay, what's in the game now? Ooh, they finished the monuments. Okay, they've added cars. Like, all right, hot air balloon. And there are hot air balloons in Rust now, yes. So it depends on the kind of game. Baldur's Gate is a story-based game, and I don't like story-based games in early access because, you know, like I said, I want to be able to experience the story from the start of the game and make sure that it's the finished story. So, yeah, that's my take on it.
Yeah, it is an interesting thing. I mean, like Dreams on the PS4, you could buy that early access for 20 quid.
Yeah.
And then obviously when it went on sale properly after the, you know, the sort of early access thing, it was more expensive.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Is like,
Yeah.
here, we'll give you early access, but, you know, we're not going to charge you the same as the full price.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, but I think it's fine. If you, as long as you're clear on what you're getting for your money and they're not trying to pull a fast one, I think it's fine.
Right.
It's fine. And that's it for stuff. We've just got shout outs, I guess.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
And so quickly, I don't know what to
It's
say.
time for a shout out. Hey!
We're only 2 hours in.
I know already. Who knew? Well, I'm going to go first tonight because I'm going to shout out
Do it.
Tainted Brain.
Yeah, Tainted Brain.
Because he is in hospital again, unfortunately.
no.
So
Oh,
just hope you get well soon, Tainted.
Yeah, keep your head up and get well.
Yeah, get well soon. There you are. That's it for me. Chinny.
I'm going to shout out the Patreons, as always. Doodle-doodle-doo. We got Deck, Steve, Kev, John, Adam, Armar, Christian, Matt, Robert, and Nigel. Thank you very much for remaining Patreons.
Money!
You can be a patron as well. At the moment, the amount of benefits that patrons have got are 0.
No, they're good. No, they're really good.
Yeah,
Really
there's no extra reason to be a Patreon as of yet.
Well, you see, the problem is one of the benefits of being a patron is that, like, when we go to say, I don't know, EGX or Arcade, they can have like a selfie with us.
No, well, no.
Chini will give you a kiss on the cheek for an extra bit of money.
You don't need to be a patron for that, but no. But that's going to change because I've been looking into stuff. Oh, so there might be something nice coming to the patrons soon. So I look forward to that. And well, yeah. So shout out to them, and shout out to my stream deck. I've got one of those stream decks. It's got all the buttons on it and stuff. I have a button on my stream deck that gets me podcast ready.
Wow.
I press it, it opens OBS, Restream, all the links, all the things in the right place. I just press it and it comes on.
See, look what patron money's paying for, you see.
That's not related to Patreon. I paid for that myself.
The benefits of
Trust me. The money, trust me. The money that we've got from Patreon would not pay for this stream deck. No, it's
pay towards it.
No. I haven't. Because you got to draw it out and all sorts of stuff. No. I bought this myself for me. Yeah.
Anyway. Duke, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Go.
will shout out Will Plays 16 for reminding me about Rust. And Jay, speaking of bad news, Jay lost his job because of COVID lockdowns. And that really sucks because he was really happy about it. He enjoyed that job.
God, do you know, it's weird actually. I was only thinking about him today because we've got, unfortunately in Lancashire, and obviously
you're tier 3.
We're tier 3, so it means all pubs have
You're
to close.
fucked.
Yeah.
All pubs have to close unless they can change into a restaurant.
Well, that's the thing is that, like, I mean, I don't know, were the pubs in your area doing like outdoor seating and stuff? Because that's how
we're in England here, Duke. It's cold.
Well,
it's cold outside. It's difficult.
It's also cold here, but you know, for the summertime, there were some restaurants and bars that were doing that sort of outdoor type thing. But right now, it's all takeout, and we're trying to support restaurants in our area by taking out as much as we can.
We're tier 2.
You're tier 2. We're tier 3.
My brother's tier 1.
Yeah, he's in the good bit. Where he is, he's fine.
But he's literally like just 5 minutes away in the car. It's weird.
I know. What's even more interesting, or not so much, I guess. I know we don't usually talk COVID shit, but had we been going on holiday this week, we wouldn't have been supposedly, if we followed the rules, allowed to go. Because you're not allowed to move from a tier 3 into a tier 2 or 1. So you have to stay within your tier 3 area.
What's the rules for tier?
United States, we're living in tier.
What's the rule for tier 2?
So the difference between tier 2 and tier 3, and it's very confusing, all this shit. But basically, pubs can stay open, gyms and all that stuff can stay open, but they still have to close at 10 o'clock. So they still
okay. So what's tier 1?
So tier 1 is just the rule of 6.
So I can't do the rule of 6 in tier 2?
No, only right. You can't do the rule of 6 indoors, a private garden, or like meet 6 friends in the pub. But you can meet 6 friends in an outdoor area, which you can also do in tier 3.
It makes no sense.
It makes absolutely. It's so confusing.
Just close the pubs.
People were going. So are shops closing? I'm like, I don't know.
Because you could you can't do the rule of 6 if the pubs are still open. So it's like they can't close the pubs because they want the jobs and the economy. It makes no sense. Just saying.
Well, that's a problem. That is a problem. But anyway, COVID doesn't rule its shit. I've had enough. I'm fed up of COVID. Fuck it. Fuck COVID.
Who'd have thought we'd still be here, eh?
I know. Well, do you know, it was only, I was saying to Kay yesterday, like, how long ago does it seem when I phoned Ginny and went, you know, the arcade club thing, I think we should cancel it because I think it's a bit dodgy. And it's like, who knew what was going to happen at that point in time when we did that?
It's crazy, isn't it?
Oh, my God. I'm just like, I can't believe how much has happened since. But it's even like, what I find incredible, it's just like, simple stuff is so complicated now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, even just going to the shop, you got to remember your mask. Make sure you got some
Well,
gel in the car.
that's not that complicated. Just remember your fucking mask. Just put a load in the car. It's not that complicated.
Well, no, because we use reusable ones. For,
So do we.
You know, and all that stuff.
We do too. But I have there's a I mean in my new place because it used to be I just put it in my computer and then next to my keys and then it's like grab a mask on your way out. Now I put it next to the garage door because we have a garage now. That's the other thing. I have a garage. When it snows, my car won't be crusted over with all the most horrible ice and snow and crud. I'm
Yeah, but don't do what we did, Duke.
What's that?
Because we had a garage, right? And one night snow was forecast. And I went, oh, that's good. That's all right. I'll stick the car in the garage.
Did you forget
because,
to close
like, no. So it was like, there was snowfall. Got up in the morning. It was about 2 feet against the garage door.
Whoops.
So they had to dig all the snow out to actually get the garage open. And then we couldn't get the car out because it was rear wheel drive. As soon as the wheels hit the snow outside, it just started spinning. So we couldn't get the car out of the garage, and then we had to put bits of cardboard down. It was an absolute fucking nightmare.
Grit your fucking drive, Stu.
Just wish I'd left it outside.
Or just put salt on your drive the night before. You'd be fine.
Well, we didn't actually have a driver. It was at the. I don't know. It can't be bothered telling you the whole ins and outs, but it was in an alley.
Are you feeling okay, Stu? That's not like you.
It was a terraced house. The garage backed onto the.
There
the
you go.
Alleyway,
He's back.
The alleyway. I don't know. So it wasn't like a driveway. It was an alleyway. Well, anyway, it was fucking shit. It was a stupid idea.
Okay.
So there you go. Just a word of warning, Duke. Just give me a heads up there on snow. It's a bit of a nightmare. It blocks your garage door.
I'm living here for 20 years now.
Yeah, but you've never had a garage before, have you?
You're right, I haven't. And it may be that I have a situation similar to yours. So.
Yeah, and I bet you wouldn't have thought about the garage door being snowed in, did you?
Well,
You're very smug when you're right.
I know from experience, actually.
It's the same point. When it was wrong, he's like, you know what? I admit it. I freely accept that I was mistaken. Oh, wait.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Anyway, are we done?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
We're done.
Time for
Wait, no. There we go.
If you like this
Keep hitting the wrong buttons.
podcast, there is another site you should check
up with all
out,
these
which is called
buttons?
VeteranGamersUK, and on there you find a bunch of links to other video game podcasts similar in vein to ours, but different in the way they're delivered. Some have all kinds of sound effects.
Are for old people.
Some talk about RPGs.
Not that many sound clips.
Some might say that.
No one says that.
And of course, you have links to great forums.
You don't have any other friends.
So check it out, vghub.net. It is a great starting point for your podcast discovery.
But I'm not doing it. I'll start working on school stuff tomorrow. I'm taking the rest of this weekend to get my head right.
Why not? Look, make the most of your new house. You've just done a big house move and stuff.
Yeah. And people are very understanding. My students are cool, and the union people are like, it's all good. But, you don't get into teaching without having a lot of guilt in your head. So I always feel like I should be doing more. I'm letting my students down. Wah, wah, wah. Jacinta knows what I'm talking about. What? John Mouse knows what I'm talking about. It's so cool that there's other teachers listening to this podcast, maybe.
Yeah.
The end! Stopping the recording. Saving the recording. What's up, Barton Fink?
Barton
Fink.
Fink.
Life of Mind. It's such a good movie. Antonio knows what I'm talking about.
Antonio knows.
5, 6, 3?
3.
Yeah, 3.
5, 6, 3.
I like Barton Fink.
Oh, so good. It's the Coen Brothers' best movie.
Yeah.
This girl at work keeps telling me to watch Napoleon Dynamite.
No.
She's obsessed with it.
It's people think that movie's funny, and it is not.
It's
She
funny to a
loves it.
very particular kind of person.
Stupid
I find
people.
that my students-
She absolutely loves it. Although I must admit, I watched a bit of it. Right.
Everyone has a lukewarm opinion on it. People either love it or they hate it.
I watched a bit of it, and the bike on the ramp thing was quite funny.
I don't remember anything. I wiped that movie from my mind.
There's a lad his like friend jumps his bike over a ramp, and he's like, "Can I have a go?" sort of thing, and then obviously everything collapses and he hits his ball.
Hilarious.
Ow, my balls.
Yeah.
So, Chinny, I was talking to the Duchess about that and saw you recommended the hand saw, the power hand saw.
Reciprocating saw.
Reciprocating saw, perfect.
And I'm interested in maybe getting one at some point. But you know what? Here's the reason. Because right now my mic is on the back of my desk, and I'd really like to have it closer to the front edge so that I can more easily move between computers. Because right now it's kind of hard to move between computers while we're doing the show. So if I do get one, I'm going to use it to make a little ledge on this desk right here.
I don't think it's particularly for that sort of job.
Well, I would need to cut a small piece of wood to then attach to the desk. And it could be good for cutting that small piece of wood.
Well, you have a way of just like saying okay in a really like patronizing.
Not understanding what saw is
more for chopping down branches and trees. And
No. This isn't for
chopping
that.
down trees.
Yeah,
No.
That's what I use mine for.
No.
No, so like, they've got like probably an 8-inch blade on them, and it's a reciprocating.
Yeah, but like
it goes very fast backwards and forwards.
Well,
but
yeah.
It's not accurate. It's not an accurate saw. It's not like a jigsaw, or like anything like that.
I mean, I assume you could put different blades on it, right, Chinny?
You could be. I don't like how I'm the expert on reciprocating saws.
He's
all of a
not.
sudden.
That's the problem here. A reciprocating saw is more for general chopping stuff down. So if you want to take loads of branches off a tree, you use a reciprocating saw. It's not for precision cutting, really. Okay. If that kind of makes sense.
You could cut straight with it though.
You could, but it's not accurate. It wouldn't be like cutting normal straight. You just better with a handsaw for that.
Yeah, but like that is work.
For a bit of wood, not for a little bit of wood.
No.
Yeah, but it takes a long time. The benefit to a power tool is that it's faster.
I think you could with a couple of goes at it. So you measure it, right? No. Listen. Right? You measure it to where you want, and then practice on a few before, so you're in the sort of dead area where you know you're going to cut that off anyway, and then see if you can get a straight line. I reckon you could.
No, you could, but it's not meant for that.
So.
This is meant for that. Although they do have some reciprocating. It depends on what saw you get. There are some reciprocating saws that convert into a jigsaw that you can like angle it differently. But most of them are like heavy duty chop shit down.
Yeah, I would say I do have to agree with Stu here. I hate to, Dick, but it would be tricky.
I know you've been trying to defend it.
What I'm saying is, you could do it in a straight line with a bit of practice, but I think
it's not made for that.
The tool is made for like just chopping shit up quickly.
Chopping shit up quickly. If you want to like chop a shed up like Chinny did, for instance, it's brilliant for doing that because you don't have to be precise. It's just kind of chop everything up into smaller pieces.
I'm driven by a desire to learn and get the best information. So when my ego comes up and goes, "Oh my God, I may have said something inaccurate," I don't immediately hide. I appreciate the correction and I try to say, "Okay, cool. I've learned something here. That's great." Yeah, I don't really think I want a circular saw, which
No.
Jigsaw.
Jigsaw's different. Yeah, jigsaw's it's just like a downward saw. It's
I don't know whether I'm assuming they're called jigsaws in America, but they might not be.
They might not be. Yeah, I don't know.
Black & Decker has them $40.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
That's the bastard.
Yeah, that's the bastard right there. You want a jigsaw.
For the information, I appreciate it.
Yeah, jigsaws are good.
Google knows what you're looking. Well, they give you most common searches. As soon as I put it in, it's like character from the Saw movies. Oh wait, jigsaw power tool. I was like, I want the jigsaw power tool.
You want a jigsaw. That's brilliant because you can do curves, corners, straight lines.
Well, I will get a jigsaw then. Thank you for the info.
That's what you want.
Okay.
So there you go.
That's what you want. I told you that. Remember that, me. I told you, me.
Yeah, you don't want to.
information.
instance,
Stu was trying to tell me to get a reciprocating saw. Jesus.
you could also use a compound miter saw,
No, I'm not doing that.
but that's probably a bit heavy duty for cutting a bit of wood for your desk.
Yes. Well, so is a reciprocating saw.
Yeah, and so is a reciprocating, so that's for chopping down trees and stuff.
Chainsaws are for chopping down trees.
No, you could chop. Yeah, I chopped down a fairly.
Yeah, but again, if
small
your
tree with
standard
one.
is what it's meant for, I can't imagine a reciprocating saw is meant for chopping down trees.
You could chop pretty hefty branches off a tree with it without much of a problem.
I'm not saying you can't, but you were just going on about what it's meant for.
Yeah. Heavy duty chopping of stuff, roughly. That's probably the best description.
Yes. Hi. Hello, ma'am. There's a new Jerky Boys album coming out. I'm so excited.
Jerky Boys.
They released a new call with Saul in the bathroom. There's a robot with a knife. So if anybody out there knows the Jerky Boys, check out the new call with Saul Rosenberg calling from inside the toilet.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Well,
No idea.
Some of the sound clips that I use are from the Jerky Boys.
All right, okay.
I don't know if I have it here. I'm a very busy man. I don't have time to sit here playing with the phone. That's the Jerky.
Okay.
So yeah, it's two guys. They made a lot of crank phone calls back in the day. They're very funny. Some of them are kind of racist.
I'll tell you, here's a thing that was a really bad idea.
What's that?
Oh my god. So Millie, I know this is such a bad story, but yeah, Millie's watching stand up the other day on the sort of Netflix.
Okay.
So she was some stand up. So she
On
was
the sort of Netflix.
On the sort of Netflix, you know.
On the sort of Netflix. So she was watching Michael McIntyre because she likes him.
Okay.
Some people do, I guess.
Yes, it was very blue and.
No, not the exact opposite of that. He isn't blue at all. He isn't blue at all. I'm like, oh, you don't want to watch this. You want to watch Eddie Murphy Delirious. That thing's hilarious.
No.
Oh, wow, you forget.
Yeah.
Age well, and he's totally.
No.
Eddie Murphy has taken responsibility for it. He's like, you know what? I was a stupid kid. I didn't.
Wow, you totally forget how bad that thing was. There should be a there should be a warning before you put that thing on.
Yes, it's pretty hateful at times.
Yeah, I was just like, wow. Even in the first 10 minutes, I'm like, wow, can't watch that no more.
Raw is better, but it's still.
I didn't like Raw. Raw, I don't remember ever thinking was that funny.
I got McDonald's.
Yeah.
And you ain't had
Raw's great for that bit. The McDonald's burger's great, yeah.
Ice cream. Ice cream's in Delirious though. The ice cream.
The ice cream man is coming.
That was better than the McDonald's burger.
No, well, they're both good.
But wow, shit, wow.
Let's see what they say on Metacritic. What their jokes were.
Yeah, you totally forget. You do totally forget.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair though, I said to Kay at the time, I'm like, the last time I watched this, I was about 14.
Yep.
Yeah, my memory's not as good as it used to be, I guess.
No.
And Millie's like, and why is this meant to be funny? I'm like, yeah, it probably isn't. I'll turn it off.
It's not funny, yeah. It's crazy how Eddie Murphy, he did all that, and then Kevin Hart couldn't host the Oscars because he tweeted one homophobic thing years ago.
I know. It was quite.
He didn't want to apologize again. That was the thing.
That was the thing, yeah.
Really blame him. Yeah.
He would have got out of it if he just apologized again. But he did. His point was, he's already done it.
Yeah.
I
think what's interesting for me is like all these shows that have been pulled from Netflix for one thing and another, you know, for stuff that's offensive, and yet that's still there.
That's still there, yeah.
That's
like,
still there.
Because there's episodes of Always Sunny in Philadelphia which feature blackface, right? Yeah. But the joke is like I had this conversation with Simeon, right, and he was talking about like, but somebody in the show acknowledges that's wrong, right? He goes like, no, you can't do that, and he's like, well, what are you talking about? Like, no, and Dennis, he's saying like, that's right, you can't do it, and like that's the point of that thing. Whereas in Little Britain,
right. I mean, it's worse in some shows than in others. There's no doubt about it. But it's still a white person wearing blackface.
It is.
Even if the point is to say, "Hey, isn't this horrible when someone wears blackface?"
Yeah, I think. But
so I think the one. Sorry, go ahead. I cut you off.
In Little Britain, they just blatantly do it, and there's no remorse. There's no like, acknowledgement. It's just them posing as like really fat black women, for no reason.
Right.
Well, it's a bit.
There was one time on 30 Rock where I think they pulled it off in a way that was good because they were satirizing shows in the 40s and 50s just all together. And in fact, the point of that sketch was not just how bad it is, but like how racist the entertainment industry was at the time. So I feel like that was an example of blackface that was a little different. But on the other hand, Tina Fey said we're taking them all off, and I don't blame her for that.
That's the easiest way to do it. You can see why they just take them all off. It's fine.
I think the weird one for me was the League of Gentlemen, like the Mr.
Yeah,
Lazarou.
but it's based on the minstrels, which is again.
Well, I don't think.
all
Well, they said
racist.
their explanation was that it wasn't. They said they just wanted to make a scary clown-like character.
But why is that scary?
I don't know.
That's the problem, I suppose.
Well, that was their explanation. They said it wasn't meant to be that, even though it was sort of taken.
No, I know. I don't think anybody saw it as that, but
No.
hey ho.
Mr. Lazarou, I love the League.
Did they take that down then?
Yeah, I believe that got taken down as well.
Season 2 of League of Gentlemen, Mr. Lazarou.
Yeah, Mr. Lazarou. It was called. But it's such a good show that I loved it. It was so off the wall.
Yeah, crazy show.
One of the weirdest comedy shows.
Did you watch it Inside Number 9?
No, I've heard lots of good things.
Inside Number 9 is great,
Yeah. I've heard a lot
Same
of good
same
things.
guys, really.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. Very clever.
They were geniuses.
They still are. Inside Number 9 is very relevant. Still new.
Yeah, I should watch that.
It's brilliant.
I should watch that. Well, yeah, I love
All right,
that.
guys, I gotta be out.
Okay.
See you later.
Catch you later.